Hello, lovely, wonderful people of the internet. Welcome back. This is for another edition of my very fun, hopefully fun. Maybe it sucks. I don't know. We'll find out. My series of community quiz show things that I've been doing every couple of months. So today we have a very wonderful, very special panel of guests that I would love to introduce, and we're just going to go ahead and I'll explain a little bit more about what we're doing, but first we're just going to go say hi to everyone. We're going to start with who's first in my screen. I'm going to go clockwise. So we have Alex, if you'd like to say hi and introduce yourself.
Sure. Hi, everyone. I am Alex. You can find me on YouTube at Exploring the Build. I'm relatively new to the whole D&D community creator thing, but for the time being, I pretty much just do character builds. Just, taking in requests, showing and going through what people want to see as a character in D&D. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Just all for fun.
Awesome. Happy to have you here. Next up, we're going to go with Will. A name I'm sure nobody is familiar with here.
I'm Will. I'm D&D Shorts on YouTube, and it's just like a kind of meme, relaxed kind of content, just fun D&D stuff, basically.
Love it. And Jesse.
It's great to be here. Woo, Children International. Let's go. Oh, wait. Make a wish. Sorry. I'm defaulting to my bad. Make a wish.
Okay, that was last time. I'm gonna get to all that in a second. But
no, I know. Last time was Children's International. Yeah. I just help so many people. I can't keep track. I'm just such a great guy.
You are such a great guy. Such a wonderful guy. Jesse.
I'm Jesse. I'm Yumba D&D over on the YouTube. I cover subclasses and homebrew and all kinds of stuff probably. But so happy to be back. That's so much fun last time, and Make-A-Wish is a great cause. So thanks for inviting me back.
Happy to have you back. And last but certainly not least, we have Diana.
Hi, hello. I'm Diana Faye, also known as Diana the Rose. This is the part where I go on for an embarrassingly long amount of time about all the stuff I do. But if you haven't heard of me, I'm a tabletop gaming content creator that does a lot of short form stuff, long form stuff. I'm also a Twitch partner and member of the Latin Guild and Pride Guild. I'm a model, a social media consultant, panelist, actual play performer, live play performer, and I've gone on long enough. So just happy to be here.
And we're happy to have you. So today, everyone, we are going to be doing a very similar thing to what we've done in the past. We are going to be having a series of games and questions. We're going to have a fun time. And the questions this time lean less into the insanely crazy specific and more into questions that are fueled by more from you guys, from the community, both in my YouTube channel, but also kind of across the D&D community more broadly. So we're going to be asking everyone a bunch of questions, and we're going to be hopefully raising a little bit of money for some charities. I'm super hyped to be doing this again. This is the third time, like I said, that we've done this before. Will mentioned before, we originally did one for Children's International. Last time we did it for the Make-A-Wish Foundation. We've raised over like $2,500 freedom dollars at this point for different charities, which is like crazy exciting for me. I love that. I'm so happy to be able to be in a position where we can do this kind of thing. It looks like we've actually even already received some donations already. So we've got $30 in so far. So thank you to whoever you kind anonymous people who have donated to help the Make-A-Wish Foundation. So you guys are amazing. Thank you so much. We're going to have a good time here. Hopefully. Let's find out. So as you guys probably know, a lot of you people watching, we have always in the past, we've broken everyone up into teams. We are going to continue to do that once again. The way that the teams were decided is a couple of weeks ago, I did ask everyone to give me book. That's all they had to do. They didn't have to know anything about it. Just give me the title of the book. And the original plan is I was going to group people by the ratings of the book that I got on Amazon, again, because we're doing that whole community field thing. But it turns out all of them, except were rated at it looks like the stream might have gone. Yeah, turns out all of them were rated at 4.8. So I wasn't able to do that. They all got the same rating. So instead, we're going to be basing our teams based on the quantity of reviews that we got. So the way we're going to do it is the most and the highest are going to be together, and then the two people in the middle are going to be paired together. So in this case, the teams are going to be Will and Diana versus Jesse and Alex. So those are going to be the teams that we have for today.
All right.
Awesome.
Nice. We got this.
We got it. Yeah, easy. In the bag.
What could possibly go wrong?
What book did we pick?
Jesse, you went with Waterdeep Dragon Heist. So for anyone who's curious, Waterdeep Dragon Heist. Alex went for Explorer's Guide to Wild Maps. Diana went with Curse of Strahd. and Will picked Monsters of the Multiverse. So those are the books that everyone picked. So everyone picked an equally rated book. So you know what? I don't know exactly what that says, but it says things.
We're just a
So
3.8 out of 5 kind of crew, I think. I think that's very fair. If someone said to me, you're a 3.8 out of 5 man, I'd be like, wow.
Now,
Yeah, that
was
sounds
that
fair.
out of
It's
5
4.8.
or was it out of 10?
4.8 out of
yeah.
5. We got a 200-pound British pound donation. Holy shit!
Whoa.
Wow.
Sorry, from Crimson Witch came in absolutely clutch. One of my top pages as well. Wow, that's mind blowing. Thank you.
Kicking it off
I
with a bang. Nice
Amazing.
job.
kicking it off with a bang. I never know how to like do this, so I'm just gonna shout over now to say thank you so much. You guys rock. That's incredible. And I don't not to like dismiss it, but I think that actually means we've already. So I set a goal of 250 freedom dollars. I'm Canadian, so I think freedom dollars is funny. So 250 freedom dollars. We've already surpassed it. We're at 292 at the moment. So you know what?
Amazing.
we are 8
Awesome.
minutes in, and we've already smashed our goal. So
All right, we'll call it a day. Thanks so much for being here, guys.
nothing else to see
It's
here.
been a lot of fun.
We can just pack it up. You know what? Let's just for posterity's sake, let's just go ahead and just play a game. Then we've already made the goal, but let's just have some fun. So as you guys can see, this is Inside Check's Community Showdown, but actually just a bunch of silly questions answered by this amazing community, so we can all have some fun and raise money for a good cause. So
Nice.
for those of you that are familiar with this, you're going to notice my trusty game board that I have here. So we have 4 groups that we are going to be going with. We have 4 different categories that we can choose from, and the team that's going to go first is the team that had the book with the most reviews, which is going to be it was Curse of Straws, so which means it's going to be the yellow team, which is going to be Will and Diana. So you guys get to go first. You do not actually get to know what any of these categories are. There's only one that's been here in every single one. You kind of just got to vibe it out and feel it. So the categories we have are I'm a designer, I'm calling corporate, common or consensus, and the community is always right. So feel free to pick any one of these categories, and we'll go through all of them. We'll explain the rules about how the game works, and then we'll come back, and the next team will get to pick the category that we're going to start with.
Tweet. I mean, Will, I feel like you have a pretty solid pulse on what the community wants at all times. Do you want to go with the last one?
Yeah, I that was my favorite one last time. I don't know what the others are, but the community is always right is fun because you get to get in the head of the twisted type of person who would watch Insight Check for fun. It's like it's entertaining. I say we go with number 4.
The YouTube comment section mindset. I love it.
That's great. So the community is always right. It's honestly my favorite category. It's the only one that has been around in all these so far, and we'll probably continue to keep it that way. So it's very fun. So let's go ahead. We're going to pick the community is always right. So the way that this works is you're going to be presented with a poll question that I've asked my audience. Your task is to guess as close to the percentage of a given answer as possible. If you happen to get it directly on the nose, which has happened in both games so far, you get 3 points. And if you're within 5% either way, up or down, you will get 1 point. So this game works a little bit differently from some of the other ones I've run in the past, where both teams will actually get a chance to answer the question. So the way that's going to work is Will and Diana, you guys are going to go first, and you guys are going to get to give me your answer. So what percent you think we're going to go with, and then the other team. So we're going to have Jesse and Alex. They're going to get to give their answer, and both teams can actually get points in this game. So hopefully that makes any sense. And if it doesn't, we'll just figure it out. It's fine. We're here. We're having a good time. So,
Good time.
the way that we did this as well, it changes slightly, is everyone always wants to know what the actual wording of the question is. So this time I have presented the actual specific wording of the question that I asked, and then we're going to have a question based on that. So the question I asked was, as a DM, have you ever fudged a die roll? And then the question is, what percentage of DMs said that they have never fudged a die roll? So Will and Diana, the question goes to you first. What percentage of DMs do you think have said that they have never fudged a die roll?
Oh man, the real question is how many people would admit it. I feel like
It's an anonymous
Also, just for
poll, in
context,
theory.
all of
There's
these
no shame.
polls have had a couple of thousand people responding, so it's not like a super small sample. It's not like peer reviewed or anything like that, but it's a reasonable sample of people.
thoughts.
I think I think basically every DM does, or maybe they should do. I don't know. Maybe I'm projecting. I'd say I'd be amazed if it was more than like 15%. You know what I mean? Like I think if it was like if it was like 25, I'd be like, that's crazy. There's no way.
Yeah. I think like maybe 12 is probably what I'd go with. I mean, I'm the same way. I fudge rolls all the time. If I didn't, I'd have way more TPKs under my belt. So maybe 12.
Exactly. You gotta. I think it's good to fudge rolls because you can manipulate the flow. Like if people are having a great time, you don't want to ruin it, right? With a garbage roll or vice versa. You can kind of pick up the pace. Yeah, 12 sounds good because I would be surprised if it was lower than 7. You know what I mean? But I'd be surprised if it was higher than 17. We got to get within 5.
Either dead on or within 5. Either way, yeah.
Yeah, 12 sounds good. Yeah, let's roll with 12.
Lock
Cool.
in.
All right, and then locking in at 12. Jesse and Alex, what do you guys think?
Alex, I don't know you that well. How much do you lie to your players?
I lie all the time. There is not a when I am DMing, there's not a single thing that I am honest about.
Do you even roll dice? I mean,
genuinely, sometimes, maybe not, but
I also would agree that it's probably fairly low. Do you want to do the Price is Right thing and get like right above them and like do like a 15 or something?
Yeah, I'm good with 15 because I could see it at worst being like a 80-20 situation with maybe 20% of people are lying to themselves saying I would never intentionally do this, but
right. There's a few old school DMs who I think would probably stick that line, but I think most people who play 5e at least fudge occasionally. So I feel like it's got to be 80-20. I'm cool at 15 if you're cool at 15.
I'm cool with it.
All right.
All right, so we got 12 for Will and Diana. We've got 15 for Jesse and Alex. And the answer we have is 17. You guys are both within 5.
Oh,
nice.
And both super close. So you guys both get 1 point for that one. Do we think you guys are also your logic was pretty much like locked in there? Do you feel like this is accurate? Do you feel like there's some people do you think it should be lower? I feel like Will thinks it should actually be like 3.
I actually when you guys were talking, I realized that if you've only ever played on Roll20 or Foundry, I don't think you can fudge rolls.
You can. Like there's a little button for it on the dice roll.
Oh, is there a fudge roll? Yeah, I didn't know that. So I was like, I just realized I'm shaking. Sorry. But like, so that actually made me think maybe it's higher because I use those VTTs sometimes and I didn't know you could fudge.
Yeah. Or you can whisper and just lie.
Being like hard time roll.
Yeah.
Love it. All right, we're going to go over to the next question, and this time we're going to start off with Jesse and Alex. We're going to get first go at this one. So the question was, as a general rule, do you think it is fine to have an evil player character in a party of otherwise good aligned characters? So it's just a simple yes or no question. So the question is, what percentage of players said that it would be fine to have an evil character in a group of otherwise good characters? So they think it would be totally okay with that. So Alex and Jesse, what do you think?
I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I think it's fine as long as the party is cooperative, right? But I wonder how many in the community feel the same way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think this is one of those situations where you've got the two options, but a lot of people are going to be sticklers about like how fair is it, you know, or like what are the circumstances?
Yeah,
right.
Because of that, I'm leaning more towards majority would say it's fine given like XYZ circumstances, but I'm not sure on a specific number.
Would you feel good at like 65?
65? I could do 65. That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even
that feels good to me, but I think that's probably pretty good.
Mm-hmm. All right, you guys gonna lock in at 65?
There you go. Yeah.
Sure.
All right, sounds good. All right, Will and Diana, what do you guys think?
I feel like it's a little lower. What do you think, Will? Because like, here's the thing: if you have someone who's like a full-on just like murder hobo in the party, inherently, it's going to be a little bit tricky. And I think everyone knows that from the get-go. Like, there is a way to play an evil player in a way that's not just like the worst thing ever, where it's not just like some goblin who kills everything in sight, and the rest of the party's like, oh yeah, that's just Steve. Like, just ignore him, let him do his thing. We'll cover the tracks later. But I feel like most people don't play that way. And most people probably
and it's not just like because there are like full evil party games for sure, but this is specifically if it's fine to have one evil guy in a group of like good aligned characters. Are we guessing? Are we choosing how many people said no or yes? Like it's not okay.
Saying that it was fine. Yeah. Yes. The yes.
I say it's fine. So you reckon the people who say it would? I don't know.
I'm thinking
I
more
mean,
like maybe
where's your
upper
head at? I actually
40s.
I don't know. I don't actually hear about this too much. Like I know people discuss it and they're like, oh, it's bad, but I've never really
Yeah.
thought about how many people that is.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone's actually ever done it successfully. I haven't noticed it.
Yeah,
I want to say
the
upper
thing is, a lot
40s,
of
like
people don't
47
use
maybe.
alignment at all. You know what I mean? Like I feel like
That's
that's more
true.
of an
It's
old
out of
school
practice.
thing.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
would you say 50-50 is like it's not going to be 50-50? It's going to be higher. More people think it's bad than
Yes.
good, right? Like,
I think so. Yeah. I maybe 42, 47, somewhere in there. You want to throw a darted
oh,
random
okay, so
number?
you're like in the 40s. Okay, yeah.
I think like yeah, I feel like also like the DM side, the DM having to do the extra work of balancing that, and then also I imagine in most cases the evil player is going to try and keep it under wraps for as long as possible. Now I'm getting into the weeds of it, by the way.
Yeah, that's it.
This
If
is
they're hiding it, if they're being all sneaky. You got to role play
yeah.
in real life and just ruin everyone else's fun. Yeah, I think it can work, but like as a blanket statement, it's harder. Yeah, I think maybe like 45 sounds good. If
Go
that's what you want.
45.
Like, yeah, did you say 42? 42?
It's a 42 on the lower end, maybe, but
Yeah,
cool.
let's
We'll do
lock it in.
42.
We'll try 42. Yeah, yeah.
So we got 42 and 65. All right, so let's find out. The answer we're going with is 55. So this actually means it means neither player, neither group, neither team gets the point. But you were both like in the realm. You were both like one is a little bit high, one is a little bit off. I think like for me, I kind of like I was talking with Julio, the guy who's running our production on the back end here, about this beforehand. We were kind of like saying a lot of the same things that I think like Jesse and Will had mentioned earlier, where it's like I think it can totally work as long as like there's enough consensus with like the group or at least the DM. People kind of know what's going on. You don't want to just have one to turn like full murder hobo and just kill the party in their sleep. You know, I think it's more about like you can like manipulate. You can use the goodness of the party for their own. For your own motives. I think that could be really interesting in a certain way if you pull it off well.
Yeah. You have like a party comprised of like a paladin, a cleric, a fighter, and a warlock, and you're like, wow, I wonder which one of us is the evil one. It's 55% of y'all are brave. I'll put it that way.
It's the 55% of y'all are brave. I like it. All right, so no one gets a point on that one. That's all good. No worries. We're moving on to the next question. Starting off with Will and Diana, you guys get first go. So the question was, how many games do you play? How do you mainly play your 5e games? Physical and in person, or a virtual tabletop? So the question is, what percentage of players said that they primarily played using a VTT?
Oh God, this
I
one's
hope
hard.
I hope it's low. I hope it's lower than 50%. Just for the sake of the world. You know what I mean? I'd like more people playing in.
I don't know, dude. Ever since COVID and Start Playing, not sponsored unless they want to sponsor the channel. Would be I feel like it'd be a little bit higher. Like if anything, maybe not that much more than half. Maybe 60%, I want to say.
Yeah, I mean they primarily played using a VTT. Yeah, I suppose I think maybe I just want it to be. I want people to play around a real table. You know what I mean? Because I think it's better. But maybe you're right. Maybe most of the world is like we're playing apart. Yeah, man, 50-50 does feel a bit off, doesn't it? You'd think it'd be higher, like maybe 60-40? Like 60 people play virtually, 40 people play in line, most like in real life?
I think so. I think it also depends on like campaigns versus one shots, because they'll go down to a brewery and do a one shot any day, drop of a hat, mostly because it's a brewery. And so like that also plays a role. I don't know. This is a tough one.
I mean, we're just like I say, like we can never really understand the type of man and woman who answers these polls. Like I say, like they're
Should we just play it safe and like slap it in the middle and say like 50%?
I don't think 50% is going to be that far wrong. I genuinely don't. So I'm happy to go with like a healthy 50 if you want to just steal that, you know, like lock that in. A nice round number. Yeah, I'm happy with. Yeah, let's go with 50. Screw it. 50. 50-50.
Sounds good. Jesse and Alex, what do you think?
I hate to crush Will's dreams. I think it's closer to like 70 or 80% play virtually. And the reason I say that is because like honestly, I might be a little older. I'm 30, so it's like it's a time issue. I can't get nowhere you know, with enough time to play in person, and then people have kids and stuff like that. So it's like I think just scheduling wise, it might be closer to like 70 or 80%. What do you think, Alex?
I'm inclined to agree as much as I might hate it. Like my group,
Yeah.
same thing happened. Like we did in person, and since COVID, all that, we haven't gone back. It's been all online. I know a
Yeah.
lot of people in Insight Checks community for sure tend to like to find games online or talk about finding games online just as an individual, not necessarily like your group of friends. But I think it's a lot more skewed these days.
That's true. My Discord does the same thing. We invite
Mm.
people to find games for themselves. So maybe I'm skewing the numbers on that one. But what do you feel like 75? Do you feel good at that?
I'm feeling a bit more like 70 just to be on
Okay.
the safer side in case it's
Yeah,
more
yeah,
of a like split the tree if it's more like a 60-40 like last time because maybe there's that off group,
Yeah.
but I still think it is higher that they do play virtual.
Yeah. Okay. Let's do 70.
All right, so we got 70 and 50, some nice round numbers. Let's see where we landed on this one. It's 45, so I think Will might be a little bit happier.
Oh man.
Wait,
There
Which
you
also
go.
doesn't mean
well,
that.
like more
Fair
people
enough.
don't than do. Like it's 50%, 5% of people do. Like
Yeah,
you
55,
real life.
55, yeah, 55% of the people that at least
That's
responded to the poll said they played in
wow.
real
I'm
life. Yeah.
surprised it's more. That's
Good
wild.
job, dude. Man.
So you guys do
That's,
get the
that's
point. So
good.
Will,
That's
Will and
one,
Diana
like,
do get the
straight
point.
up. Like that is really cool. That's twice
I
we got
also-
it by like the smallest possible margin as well.
Yeah.
We got 17 on the top. Yeah.
Well done. I mean, yeah, for me, it was like the same kind of thing. Like, we used to play in person, and then it was like everyone's saying, COVID happened. A lot of my group, like, we moved across the country, and
Yeah.
one of my players was as a flight attendant for a long time, and he was into like he would wake up at like 3 a.m. in India to just play with us because he was just all over the world all the time. He was super committed. It was honestly impressive. So shout out
That
Justin
guy's
if you're
awesome.
watching.
That guy's a complete. That's awesome.
Yeah, absolute legend. All right, cool. So next up, the next question is: has one or more of your 5e characters ever permanently died? And it was just a straight yes or no question. So, what percentage of players said that none of their 5e characters had ever permanently died? So we're not talking about like going down and then being revivified or whatever like that. So had ever permanently died. So first up this time is Jesse and Alex. What do you guys think?
Whew. I think it comes down to like how many DMs want to make their players cry. What do you think, Alex? I would say,
Yeah.
I honestly would say this is probably like 50-50, but I'm not sure.
I'm inclined to agree, or at least like just try to skew it and say like 45% somewhere in there,
Sure.
just because I'm sure there are tables that definitely do enjoy that. Like the players are all in for it, whether the characters get revivified or not.
Right.
But to have everyone, especially 5e specific, like not older editions either.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
I don't know. Yeah. I would personally probably go with 45, but I could be way off base with that. It could be a lot lower. It could be a little bit higher, but
I like
that's
45.
just what I'm feeling.
I like that. I think that feels pretty good.
All right, 45% of players said that none of their characters ever permanently died. Will and Diana, what do you guys think?
I think lower, but I don't
Have
know
you
how
ever
much
permanently
lower.
died, Diana? I was like, have you ever lost
No.
like someone forever? Like,
Not really. I feel like, especially in 5e, dying is so strongly avoided, and Revivify is something that everyone needs to have on their party at some point. So I would say, like, capped it might be like late 30s. I feel like maybe even as low as 20% might be more realistic. I don't know.
yeah, I'm thinking about it, and like, I had a character die in like a specific one shot that was designed to kill everyone except for one person, and even then, it like it destroyed me, like it wrecked me. I didn't sleep that night. Like I was actually like so profoundly affected. It was crazy.
All of my guys die eventually, so maybe I'm just.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
desensitized.
but they came back in like other one shots. Like you bring them back, you know what I mean? You don't let that be the final hurrah. I agree. Like even though I've played like I don't know how many games, right? But I actually don't think anyone's ever like permanently died. So yeah, I think you're right. Like yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it was like 30.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
so we're
let's
saying
be-
none. So you'd be kind of thinking the other way. So if none of them had ever died, you'd be thinking it's really high.
Oh, none of their.
We're-
Oh, right. Yeah. Were you saying it would be
Yeah.
low? Oh, are we at the wrong side? Sorry. I
Oh,
think
we are
I
on the
think-
wrong side of it. Yeah, so I think like 70% of people
Ish.
would never have had a death, a permanent death.
Yeah, I feel like it.
All
I
right,
feel
70%.
like I feel like it's a cruel hobby if it's higher than that, but maybe it is.
I mean, some people play
But
that way.
yeah,
Some people are like,
I
yeah, my
couldn't
games are
handle
meat
it, man.
grinders. See
Yeah,
also
yeah.
Tomb of Annihilation. It's in the name.
Yeah, true.
And Will and Alex, sorry, Justin, Alex, you guys said 45, right?
Yes.
All right,
I
so
think I'm
45 and
realizing I got
70.
the question backwards as well on that one, but
Well,
oh
that's
well.
I was
Okay,
actually
so
thinking the same thing
If
because
you
I
wanted to
think
flip it,
I think I was thinking the same thing as you, Alex, and what
Yeah.
Will was thinking. So we might be at 55 instead of.
you can do
Yeah.
you can flip your answer if you
Okay,
like. Yeah,
yeah,
the
let's
other
do
one.
We can
that.
flip, yes, absolutely.
All right, so 55 and 70. 55 and 70 are the answers. All right, let's see. Let's check it out. 43.
Wow. Okay.
So
None of
57%
them-
of people said that they've had a permanent character death. That's shockingly high.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
that's higher than I
crazy.
even
That's
expected. Yeah.
trauma.
So
Oh my gosh. That
I'm a
actually
little
does amaze
cheesed.
me. Oh wow, you got a hardcore audience, bro. Like straight
Apparently,
up.
Yeah.
these
Yeah,
guys
yeah.
are ruthless.
People-
dude, people like going out in a blaze of glory. I had a DM sacrifice one of my characters as a part of a ritual. My guy was like trying to save the crew from death, and he stayed behind. So shout out Simon the Barbarian, but
yeah. And that's crazy.
but,
Okay, yeah, good for them, I guess.
yeah.
Good for them. Let's check out the next slide. All right, so the question was, with all three of the 2024 core rulebooks now out, what is your plan for your D&D games? Do you plan exclusively 2024 and later, hybrid, or strictly sticking to 2014? So the question is, what percentage of players said that they will be using exclusively 2014 content? So they're not going to be moving forward, and they're not going to be using a hybrid. They're sticking to their old ways. They're sticking with 2014. We're starting with Will and Diana this time.
Oh man. You're gonna have a better grasp on this one. I feel like if anything, most people are gonna go with the hybrid route only because they really like their Oathbreaker paladins and like death
Yeah, that's
clerics.
it. There's some stuff I really understand, like not buying the rules for any number of reasons, right? Like if you already have the old ones, it's not worth it, or like moral reasons. But I think a lot of people are going to nick a couple of rules because like there's some good stuff in there. Like there is genuinely some like handy little things. I reckon this has got to be low. Like
Yeah.
there's some type of people who like are like, no, I'm never changing, you know, and that's kind of their thing. But I can't see it being like high at all. I think this would be the lowest percentage yet, like 5% or something, like 10%, you know, somewhere around there,
think
5,
10.
10, 15. 10.
I mean, it is out of
Let's go
three
with 10.
options, you know?
Yeah. Also, I think most people will be a hybrid, and I think more people will try an exclusive 2024 game, like just to see the new content. And then the last would be this. Yeah, 10.
Let's see.
Is that where you're going? You going on 10?
Yeah.
If you're okay with it, yeah, I feel like I just
sounds
I
great.
spoke for both of us there.
No, please do. I mean, again, listen, you're talking to someone who has barely read the 2024 stuff, so I trust you implicitly on this one.
No,
Don't
yeah,
tell
I
Lexi
think
that.
seeing from my community and like other communities, I think it's quite small. Yeah, 10% would be my guess. Maybe even
Yeah.
like lower, but yeah, 10 should cover it.
10? All right, Alex and Jesse, what do you guys think?
I agree that hybrid is the largest, but do you agree that 2014 is the lowest? Because I think maybe 2024 may be the lowest percentage of people transitioning over. But what do you think, Alex?
I'm thinking the same thing. I
Mhm.
I remember voting in this poll, and I do
Oh,
remember
okay.
hybrid taking it by a mile as like what
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
most people were gonna do, but I can't for the life of me remember what was second. If
Good.
it was
Here, let me
2014 or
look real quick.
2024. But I'm inclined to think that there's a lot of people that are just not necessarily falling against 2024, but are hesitant to pick it up, hesitant to switch.
Right.
But I would probably say somewhere between 15 to 20% for 2014.
Yeah, staying exclusive.
Like for staying exclusively, yeah.
I'd imagine there's at least some curiosity toward like at least trying out like weapon masteries and stuff like that, because that's actually pretty good. You know, like the new druid and ranger stuff is a little stinky, but like some of the changes to fighters and rogues have been great. So yeah, I mean, unless it's just a complete protest vote on 2024, I think I'd agree with you that it's a little bit higher, like 15 to 20. So you want to
Yeah.
meet on an odd number and see if we can nail it at like 17 or 18?
Sure, let's go for that.
Okay.
play
You
risky.
pick 17 or 18.
I like 17.
Let's do it.
All right, 17 and 10 are the answers we got. So I'll give you all of them. I have them all here. So 2024 only was 27.
wow.
Hybrid was 65, and which means that our 2014 only, Will and Diana, you missed it by 1%. It was at 9.
Man,
9. Okay, cool.
9.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Wow,
Not
that's
bad.
way
I
better.
for sure thought that
That was
was
an arm, because
second.
I actually doubted myself immediately because I remembered that there was a bunch of subclasses missing. So I was like, oh, actually, no one's gonna use. Yeah. No, that's okay. That's crazy. Yeah. 9
fantastic.
is good for them as well. I like that for the community. Like,
Like that for the community.
there's something to be said for someone who like eats one boiled egg when they're 4 years old and decides that they're gonna eat no other type of egg forever. I think that's kind of like cool. And I some people are like that with their TCRPGs. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's a great analogy. So Will and Diana get the point on that one. Jesse and Alex, you guys are, I think, trailing behind by 1 at this point, but it's not too
That's
bad. It's still
okay.
anyone's game.
No
Don't worry.
big deal.
Sure.
It's all good. It's all good. So we got our 9. The next question was, do you like critical fumble or fail tables? It was yes, no, no preference. So the question is, what percentage of players said that they like critical fumble / critical fail tables? Starting this time with Jesse and Alex.
So define the fail table specifically.
So it's like if you roll a natural 1 during combat or during anything, then you roll a die, roll like D100 typically, consult the table, and something might happen to you. You might suffer some like additional penalty, thing like that.
Right. Okay. I just wanted to make sure I was on it. I mean, me personally, I don't do the table. I make something up like you slip and bonk your noggin or whatever. But what do you think, Alex?
The intent here is more like, and it seemed understood like in the comments, just so you guys have like a better grasp. But it was really just like it was really like there's an additional like legitimate penalty. It's not just like, oh, you kind of, flavor wise, you take a little bit of a slip. It's like you roll a 1, you roll your D100, you roll another one, and you maybe you chop off your own hand or something like that. It's like the kind of insane thing. It's one of the most common popular house rules. And so that's where we're going at with this.
And the options were yes, no, or don't use them?
No preference. Like they don't really care either way.
Okay. Ooh, that's tough. Yes, no, or no preference.
How many said yes?
Right.
Yes, how many said yes is the question. How many said that yes, they like that? Yeah.
How many people say yes, they like it? Yeah. I still think it's got to be low.
I would imagine.
I know I put no preference. Again, this one was fairly recent.
Yeah.
I think no might have been, or was probably the majority. No and no preference. I could be kicking myself later, but I think yes was like around 10-ish%.
Right.
But I might be getting everything mixed up, and people might love them. People might have a whole bunch of them. I just know when I've played with them, they're all over the place. They were they were something for sure. The few times I have played with them.
And basically, a wild magic on every nat 1 is pretty wild.
Pretty much.
My table used to do. My table used to do on a nat 1. You roll again, and if you get a second nat 1 in a row, you just die. That's 1 in 400. You're just done. So we stopped that. Thank goodness, because I do that quite often. 1 in 400. But
yeah, I've had them.
It worked for enemies too, so it sometimes helped out in our favor. But it was crazy.
Just a coronary in the middle of the battlefield.
Just trips.
Yeah, it's heart attacks, man. They can strike at any time.
Just the healthy.
I'm with you, Alex. I think it would be somewhere like maybe 11 says yes. I'm not sure.
I'd be good with 11
or something like that. Leave me alone, Mom. 10 or 11 said yes.
At this point, let's just go with it. If vibes, if we think it's bad, then it might be. Maybe it isn't, but we can just go with 11.
Okay, let's do it.
11. All right, Diana and Will, what do you guys think?
I love the vibes war cry. I feel like it's a little bit. Oh, I feel like some people really, especially when you bring in like the kind of comparison to wild magic, I feel like everyone kind of wants to do a little bit of randomness in their game and not have it be wildly boring all the time, especially when you're a fighter. Having a slight chance to have your swords get stuck in some random supporting pole in a building or something like that. I feel like that's fun. I run them in my tables, but with consent, I feel like maybe.
Yeah, I used to hate them. Like I used to hate them on like principle because someone once like explained like missing already sucks, and then you have something else bad to happen. And I was like, yeah, you're right, that is awful. And then one time I was in a game where a DM I rolled a nat 1, and then a DM rolled a nat 20 and like scrolled down a list on his like notepad. It was just like this, and it was like, oh, you shit your pants, and then it just kind of moved on. And ever since then, I was like, actually, these are pretty funny. Like, as long as it doesn't ruin the
Yeah.
game, this is actually
Right.
quite cool. Like, I was like, oh, that's you can role play around that.
Exactly. It's the
So I
flavor
think if you
aspect.
get a good table where it isn't like, oh, you literally like maim yourself every time you roll in that one, it is kind of
Yeah.
funny.
I think.
So yeah, what do you reckon it was a bit higher? What did they say? 11? You reckon it was like closer to like 20 or something?
I think so. I think like really low 20s, like 22 maybe.
Yeah, 22 is
That'd be
cool.
my guess.
Nice.
Cool.
Let's do it.
All right, so Will and Alex, nope. Will and Diana going for 22. Jesse and Alex going for 11. The answer was 18.
Oh,
So Will
Oh,
and
nice.
Diana, Will and Diana,
Oh
do
Oh
you
my
get
god,
the
we
point?
oh,
Oh,
no.
no.
You guys missed
Good
it
at
by
numbers.
2-1
That
By
much.
that much.
Oh well.
again. The total distribution was no at 71 and no preference with 11.
Oh,
no was
pick a side,
71.
community. Pick
No
a
was
side. There's nothing more
71.
detestable than someone who's like, oh, I don't know, man. This is war. We need to be at each other's throats in this. Choose. Get out of here.
71.
At least we got no preference. We got that right on the
Hey,
nose.
yeah, can we get a half a
There you
point for
go.
getting no preference?
You actually did get the
Consolation
no
point.
preference.
Sorry, my headphones kind of crapped out on me for a second there, so I missed the last like 10 seconds of conversation. So,
Oh, you're good.
It's fine.
all right. Let's move it on to the next one. I think we only got 2 more in this one. So the question was, how long are your typical 5e sessions? Less than 2 hours, 2 to 3 hours, 3 to 4, or 4 or more. The question was, what percentage of players said that their sessions are typically 2 to 3 hours long? So this time we're starting with Will and Diana.
This is where the fact that I'm primarily a short form creator is going to bite me in the ass because me and my audience have no attention span whatsoever. And so I know 4 hours is like the typical, but I also know that's kind of getting less popular. I feel like this category would be the biggest, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say I've after running games like for like on Patreon, like for supporters and like also my own time, increasingly I've come to think that the best possible length of a game for me is like 2 hours and a half with a break in the middle. Essentially the length of like a fairly long film is like the perfect level. So I reckon this is probably the highest one.
We want to say like,
No, some people
more than
some people
50?
played like for 8 hours, but that's
Oh man,
sinister,
Wow.
isn't it? It's sinister.
please, I have a
that's like-
family. Like I got a job. I got things to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was your like? Okay, so how many options were there? Did you say?
Yeah, there were 4. So it was, let me, there were 4. It was less than 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 or more. So there were 4 choices.
I honestly think more than half of people would want to do the 2 to 3 hour thing. Like 57, maybe.
Yeah, I'm thinking because there's 4 options. Like I think it's going to be 2 to 3 is the most popular, and 3 to 4 like close. So they would both be, because if they were close, they'd be at both like 40%, and then 4 hours or more would be at like 20%, and then less than 2 hours would be basically nothing. Is what I guess.
Do you want to go straight 50 then? And then, or a little bit
Yeah,
less?
yeah, sure. 50. 50. Yeah, 50. Screw it. Like
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
50 it is.
Lock in.
I think.
Lock in. Alex and Jesse, what do you guys think?
I know in my own personal life, I've only done 7 to 8 hours one time, and it was fun, but also a nightmare. So
Were you running it or playing?
I was running it.
Oh God.
My
Yeah,
own
that does sound-
my own adventure module, which is now on my Patreon for but I think I
check in the mail.
average I think I average right under 4, like 3 to 4. But I think maybe 2 to 3 might be even more common, just because like I kind of agree that like after that 3rd hour, like a lot of people's attention span starts to go out the door. Anything less than 2 though, it's like, my players argue about magic items for 2 hours. Like we you know what I mean? It's like, so I don't know. What do you think,
True.
Alex?
I'm inclined to agree. I think 2 to 3, probably the most, or at least tied. My personal sessions are usually like on average 3 pushing 4, and then they get
Yeah.
capped at 4.
Yeah.
I personally think the fact that there's 4 answers here with like the 1 to 2 and the 6 to 8 might skew it a bit. I still
push
think
the average down.
Yeah, I think the average is still going to be neck and neck between 2 to 3 and 3 to 4. I just don't know if the percentage is going to be super high because of it. I would think like 30, 40, somewhere in that range.
Okay. See, I would almost say like 45 to 50.
Okay.
But I'm kind of cool
I
with
could see
where
that.
I mean, if you want to do like 45 to go 40 through 50, I'm cool with that.
I think I'd be cool with 45 because
Okay.
50 would put a lot of. Yeah, I'd say 45. 45 would be.
Okay.
Hope for it.
So you guys are going to 45. They're locked in at 50, I think, right? So you guys are just within that.
They were.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah,
was
that's
at
right.
that.
For sure.
All right. I think everyone's going to be pretty surprised here. So the answer comes in at 24.
Oh my
for
God.
Wolverine.
Oh, 24. Yeah.
So I know and I'll give you guys the whole breakdown because like I actually got all of them for this one. But I know like for my end as well, we used to do like a lot of 3 to 4 hour sessions, and then we've kind of transitioned towards more. I think Will was saying like it's 2.5 kind of with a small break, 2.5 to 3 hour sessions has kind of become the sweet spot for us with like jobs and kids and stuff. Like it just seems to work kind of the best for all of us. And now someone was saying, I think Jesse or Will, we were running like Patreon games, which is something I also just started doing, and that just seems to be like a good way to balance kind of everyone's time and other priorities. Like in that 2.5 to 3 hour range, just feels like good. It just feels like a good amount of time to do it. Longer than that, it starts to get like a little bit insane. So the full breakdown, the smallest was less than 2 hours at 2%, and then it was 2 to 3 for 24%. 3 to 4 was the biggest by a long shot at 54%. Said they played 3 to 4 hours. And then the final one, 4 or more, was still a whopping 20% playing 4 hours or more on a typical session. Like,
gosh.
Right.
Shout out to them.
I guess
Shout out to them.
Yeah, they got some time on their hands. I don't have 4 hours in a day.
Yeah, they're out here to win. You know what I mean? They're locked down. Maybe we are just casuals.
Put the kids in daycare, man. We're doing a 7-hour session every Tuesday.
Goodness. Honestly,
it's
my
wild.
real takeaway is I need to get in on this Patreon thing. Apparently, everyone else is doing it.
It's fun.
It's good. It's good time.
It is. It's actually a really fun thing to do. Like playing games with the community is one of the favorite bits of the whole thing for me. Like, so
yeah, I just started
recommend
doing it. Yeah. It's a ton of fun, honestly. You get a wide range of perspectives. You get a lot of experience that you don't expect to. It's really cool. I've been really enjoying it so far, and I'm just started. But yeah, so that was on. I think we're on our last question for this category. And I think this one's going to Will and Diane. No, we're going to Jesse and Alex first. So, assuming your campaign is not focused on survival, not wilderness or otherwise any kind of like horror survival, whatever. The question was, is finding food and water a necessary part of your games? And it was a yes, no, or sometimes maybe we vibe it out. So the question we're asking is, what percentage of people said that finding food and water was a necessary part of their non-survival based games? So they still, no matter what, we're still requiring you to get that food, get that drink, go to the bathroom, I guess. I don't know. Like, what do you guys think? Will and Jesse and Alex, what do you guys think?
Like 1%. I mean, if it's a
on the last one, yeah.
Right, yeah. If it's a non-survival based game, why the hell would you ever waste time with you got to find rations and deer carcasses and fill up your jugs of water? Like,
that's the question.
Does everybody have breakfast?
Yeah,
everybody got lunch, dinner, supper?
I got my Lambus Goodberries. I'm good.
Yeah.
Like, so it's like, what percentage of people said that finding food and water was a necessity? I mean, I'd be at like 5%, I think. But Alex, I want to know what you think.
I'm good for 5% as well. I would hope it's not a necessity for more than that, but at the same time, people like what they like, so.
And the options were yes, no, or sometimes.
Sometimes, yeah.
Sometimes.
Because I can see a world where like you don't typically do it, but maybe there's like one specific scenario. People are, they're like maybe held captive, or I don't know, like they ended up in some desolate wasteland.
Yeah, you're like traveling, and then you might need to find food. Then that's when the ranger finally gets to do something.
That's when the ranger does that.
I mean, that could skew it for me, maybe up to like 10, but I still think it's
Well,
really low.
That would still be. Wouldn't that fall into sometimes though? Like,
Yeah, that would be
isn't it
sometimes. Yeah.
sometimes in your session. I still think it would be.
Oh, yeah.
I'm still
Sorry,
good
I
with
see
like
what you mean.
5%. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think it's
lock it
got
at
to get
5?
around there.
Lock it in at 5, sure.
Yeah.
All right, locking in at 5. Will and Diana, what do you guys think?
I mean, I'm the type of DM who tracks ammo and stuff, but I also get yelled at for it enough that I know I'm
Wow.
in the minority there. I know, hot takes.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Okay.
Um,
Also, spoilers. You've just given me my next question. I'm asking.
Yeah, do you track?
Oh,
Yeah, do
great.
you track?
Amazing. Oh no.
I
I
actually,
can't
I
wait to get
actually have no
statistically
idea.
kicked out.
But like, it does remind me of an interesting story that one of my players did, like where they were a druid and they would transform into a chicken every morning to lay eggs for the party to eat. Like that was,
Yeah.
and they made it very clear that that's what they were doing, and everyone in the party had to deal with it. And they were like, no, this is necessary. And the funny thing was that they could cast Goodberry, so like
What?
it wasn't
You
necessary
get
at all.
tired of berries, man.
Yeah, they could
tired.
absolutely have fed everyone much healthier and better for the entire day for a first level spell slot, but they were like, no, I'm Chicken Man. I'm going late. They used to do this whole thing where it's time for Chicken Man, boys. Is it a long rest? Chicken Man's waiting for you in the morning, boys.
I love it. I
Um,
love it.
I love
Chickens
the
are
concept
really
that
like
you'd have to
1
be
or
a
2
hen
eggs,
as well.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was
it's
funny, but like it was peculiar. Like
That's
so I guess
funny.
some people definitely do it. I mean, he loved that. That was his whole thing.
wild.
Uh,
I mean, I feel like that does bring into question because like you guys made a really good point with the ranger thing. That knocks out the need for one of the rangers like core ability or like the whole
yeah, it's like a
scavenging thing that you
whole
can get
thing
certain
where they're better at foraging for food. It's kind of one
but
of the
also
reasons
who
they're
plays
like
ranger.
bad.
Yeah,
Straight up.
no, I feel like it's got to be maybe it can't be more than 10%. There's no way we would turn to cannibalism so quick in my games.
5 is probably quite good. Like I don't think I think there's always going to be like 1 or 2%, but yeah, I don't think it's higher than 10. So like
Should we
4
go
or 7 up.
7?
Yeah,
And then we
any
have it
random
covered?
any number between like 3 and 7 I think is safe. 3 and 8.
I mean, we definitely don't want to go lower than 5 because then there's no point
Yeah.
for points. So
Yeah, you're right actually. That's smart game theory. Okay, yeah, let's go 8 cuz I think on any public poll like there's going to be like 3% for everything, right? You know what I mean? Like there's always going to be like yeah, let's roll with 8.
let's do it.
All right. So Jesse and Alex going in at 5. Will and Diana going in at 8. The answer, I believe we have a dead on, and it's going to go to our Alex and Jesse with 5.
Hey, nice.
Amazing.
We got it on the nose.
Perfect.
On the nose. Alex and Jesse got it on the nose. This happened once in every game. Well done, guys. Well done.
Which catches us up. I think that ties the game.
I think it does.
Oh,
Actually.
man.
Yeah. Incredible. There we go. You nailed it, guys. Look at 5% on the dot. I'm definitely going to ask people who's tracking ammo. I'm definitely not tracking ammo, though. Like, I do not have the patience for that.
Only if it's like I would only track ammo. Like if the artificer's like I bought 1,000 bullets and throw them in a bag of holding, I'm no longer tracking ammo. But
Yeah,
like
Yeah.
if they have like 20 plus 1 bullets, I'm definitely having them track that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I guess it depends on the kind of ammo for me.
Now you sound like all the people that comment on the polls. Really, it's not specific enough.
What kind of
Yeah,
food
well,
are they
so-
foraging?
Tell
How
us
many
about tracking. Like,
quivers?
why do you track arrow, Diana? Like, is there like a gameplay reason? Because it's unusual, right?
Unusual. I just like the highly realistic games when it comes
Okay.
to like NPC reactions to things, when it comes to like realistic world building and things like that, you know. And so I think that's just kind of part of it. And I try and make it easy for my players. I try and remind them and stuff like that. But I know everyone hates it. I'm sorry.
No,
Do you
it's
give 'em a
cool.
chance to
I'll try it.
recover?
Like, if you straight up recommend it, I will try it for like a
I
a
don't know if
mini
I
campaign.
recommend it, but like I do it.
I respect it. I don't know if I'd ever do it. I do. I fully respect that. I respect the grind, though.
Do you give them a chance to recover arrows?
Oh yes, yeah, the whole 50% thing. Yeah.
Yes,
Looks
that's
like-
Yeah,
apparently the chat is like 50-50 on tracking ammo, which is I'm shocked by that. I'm surprised it's that high. We'll see.
I had
A poll will be coming soon.
I had a ranger who wanted to track his arrows one time, and I was like, I'm not gonna count it, but if you do, that's fine. And so he'd count how many shots he took per game, and then he'd roll like a survival check, and then he'd pick up half if he passed the DC. So
Amazing.
That's the only time I've ever cared.
Yeah, that's exactly the kind of player I am too.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and move on. That is it. That was definitely the longest category, but it's always the most fun one that we have. And yeah, so I think next we're gonna have it's going to be Alex and Jesse. You guys get to your first up for your pick this time. You can go with I'm a designer, I'm calling corporate, or commoner consensus. What are you going for?
I mean, I'm a designer sounds kind of fun, but
I was
don't
leaning
know
that
what,
way
I don't know what
too.
commoner consensus means.
It sounds like the community's always right.
Kind
It's
of
similar.
but-
It's similar.
Similar? Okay.
similar.
Uh,
Okay. Yeah. Well,
I
let's
was
look
leaning
it up.
towards I'm a designer as well, if
Yeah,
that's what you
let's do
wanted,
that.
Jesse.
All right,
Yeah, no, that sounds awesome.
let's go with it. This
Jump
is,
in.
I think, the silliest one. This category tests how in tune you are with the homebrew community. So you're going to
Nice.
be presented with spells from
No.
D&D Beyond homebrew section, and
Oh,
all you need to
wow.
do is guess what
Oh.
level they categorize the spell at. Again,
Okay.
if you get it dead on, you get 3 points. If you're plus or minus, you get 1 point. Plus or
Any of
minus
my-
1, you get 1 point.
Plus or minus
If
one.
any of my homebrew
Alright.
hangout stuff is on here, I'm gonna beat you up, Jeremy.
I hope not. I hope not for my own sake.
No, I'm just kidding.
Alex and Jesse, you guys are going to get to go first. So the first
Alright.
spell we got is called Mass Power Word Kill. It's a one action cast, 60-foot range. It says you utter a word of power that can compel a minimum of 137 creatures you can see within you to die instantly. Every chosen creature dies. What level is this spell?
12? Like what are you talking about? This is ridiculous. Like that's a one. I mean, I guess it'd have to be 9, but
See,
like
I'm gonna do a bit of devil's advocate here. This feels like it knows what it is. Like it feels like it's over the top and being goofy. I think it's gonna be a low level spell
like a
just because it
level
knows
1?
how like level 1 or level 2, just because it knows it's being ridiculous.
Oh my god.
Like
Yep. Oh, somebody in the chat said cantrip. That's also very funny.
can it be? Is that? one thing we can guess?
Cantrip through 9. Cantrip through 9. They're all possible, yes.
Oh wow. Okay. It could be a cantrip then. Yeah, I can see. I don't know. I'm
Actually,
okay to
comes
go
with
with
the
9 if we're
background.
taking it more serious, but
You utter a word of power. Hold on, I'm trying to read the actual thing. A minimum of
luck.
137 creatures
it's very
specifically.
specific. Yeah.
It's also a minimum. That's where you're
Within
starting.
range. So within 60 feet. Is 137 like the max amount of creatures that can fit within 60 feet of you on a grid? Is that why they picked
No, but
that?
this is minimum. So that's where your
Oh.
baseline is. So that's the restriction. That's why the spell is hard to use because you can't use it
Oh.
unless there's
Oh,
at least
So that,
130.
yeah, maybe it is actually level 9 with that. Maybe it is something really high level. Oh.
This is bonkers.
What do you think? Lock it in. What do you think? What are you going
I
for?
mean,
I think
my
we should go really
intuition-
high or really low.
Right, my intuition says, just as a D&D person, it's got to be level 9 to be that powerful. But at the same time, I'm like, is somebody just fucking with us? And it's like, or it's like something random, like a level 2. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. The safe choice is level 9, but I'm open to anything.
I'm good to go with the safe choice. We can use this as like a litmus test of how crazy
Yeah, of how
some of these
goofy this
other
is
answers
gonna
are going to
get.
be. And with the
Okay, yeah,
minimum
alright.
of 137, maybe it is.
Let's do
So
it.
you guys going up level 9?
Yeah.
Sure.
All right, so it is not. It's incorrect. I will give Will and Diana a chance to steal. What do you guys think it
Man.
is?
Phew, cantrip, probably.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty sure the joke is that you can't get 137 people in a 60-foot area, right? Normally. I think that's the joke.
Oh,
I
interesting.
I think it is a cantrip because I think the joke is that it's a useless spell. Like it looks amazing, but then you're like, wait a second, 137, 136. I don't know the maths, but that sounds like the type of number that would fit into 60 somehow. You know what I mean?
Give this
Got
person
that
a lot
vibe.
of
Really
credit.
smart. Oh my god, big brain Will over here. Yeah, let's go
All right.
cantrip. I think it's a joke.
I think it's a joke. Yeah, I think it's a cantrip or a first level spell. But I think the joke is funnier if it's a cantrip, so I'm going to say a cantrip.
You are in fact correct. It is a cantrip.
Oh no!
My god.
That's all right. That's all right.
Very funny.
Now we know.
Yeah.
All right. Before we do go on, I think Diana had some other scheduling conflicts, so I think she's going to have to drop out for the moment. But we want to thank you so much for taking some time to join. And hope you had a lot of fun. This is a good time.
It's okay. I'll quit my job at some point, I swear. Unless my boss is
Yeah,
watching,
me
in
too.
which case I love my job. But thank you
Same.
so much for having me on.
We'd love to have you back if you'd be down for that in the future. But it was a ton of fun. So thank you for your time. And we're also going to take a break for 2 minutes just so we can get, because we do have someone in to tag in for Diana on Will's team. We have Nathan from D&D Unoptimized who's going to jump in. So we're just going to take a break for a second just so we can get the camera set up, and we'll be back in 2 minutes. So thank you all for your patience. We'll be right back. All right. I believe we should hopefully probably be back. So now we have, in case you couldn't tell, we have a new guest taking the place of Diana on Will's team. So we have Nathan from D&D Unoptimized who was willing to just jump in last minute to help us out. So thank you. Well, welcome to the game. You are jumping in a middle of a category. I'm hopefully you've been paying attention. So we are doing the I'm a Designer category, and you're gonna be you guys are up first. You guys are gonna get to guess the next spell. So the spell is
You
Ariseth.
picked the winning team, bro. Like we're in on the winning
did.
team. I just want to say that. Like
Crushing
you
it.
joined. Like we're miles ahead. We're cooking
I'll
these fools.
do my best not to tank us, but we'll see. Homebrew is not my thing, but I'm happy to be back on your team, Will, once again.
Yeah, we're back. We won last time, right? I think.
We did.
I might just be like my ego just going crazy.
No, you did.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure we won.
Yeah. All right, next spell. We got Ariseth's Pocket of Time. It's a 1-minute cast, unlimited range, and it says it turns from night to day. In other words, about 12 hours progresses instantly. Will and Nathan,
What
do you
does
guys
this even mean?
This is the kind of spell that's really difficult to evaluate. Like I
Yes,
was hoping,
it is.
because you can be like, Fireball deals 8d6, and this spell deals like 10d9, like 10d10 or something. So you can kind of like, okay,
Yeah.
that's probably 5th level. This is the kind of thing which could be, in a way, this is absolutely busted, right? If you can cast this multiple times a day, you can fast forward time. Like, if you can cast this twice, you can speed up time for a day, and that feels like almost wish levels of strong.
It is wish
like,
level. It is, yeah.
Yeah, Time Stop is a 9th level spell that stops an area of time within a mile for like 22 seconds or something, and you can't even interact with other people in that area. So like time magic in terms of like lore and like if you're paying attention to like how spells cost the ability to mess with time is unbelievably high price. So like I genuinely think this would be a 9th level spell if it was. Maybe I could see it being like 8th or 9th. Maybe this could be 8th level, because it requires a bit of thought. Like you're not gonna break a combat encounter with this, and it costs a minute.
Yeah.
But 7th is getting really dicey.
You just use this in the middle of a dungeon. You just look around. Your whole party's dead.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. It's like, oh, I mean, but yeah, it's kind of that difference between like, is this actually broken?
Yes.
Probably
1,000%. I feel like, I mean, it depends on what we're talking about. Are we just talking about like, oh, like there's now light in the sky and there wasn't? Or it's like, it says 12 hours progresses instantly. Does that mean like everybody has lived their lives for 12 hours? Or
I assume so.
Skipped ahead. I think
They do the thing where
trying to do. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. I was making a joke. They make the thing in Metal Gear Solid where Snake just like smokes the cigar and the clock turns behind him. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, it's that kind of. I think that's what they go. I think that what they're trying to go for is essentially everyone on. If we cast this on Earth, everyone on Earth would be the same. Like nothing would happen, but they're almost like moving the heavens like around you. So it's literally just turned from night to day, which
Right.
I don't know if that's actually that broken. So that could be like, like maybe like a 6th level spell in terms of power, but in terms of theme, like the theme of being able to mess with time in such a way is really, really high. Like, so it's kind of like, do we want to go by power level or do we want to go by theme?
Right, and the hard thing is you're trying to guess the designer's intent too. Like, is this a meme
we've gotta
spell or
guess
is this
their intent,
honestly a spell? It feels
Where
like
it's
the
going.
first spell was a meme spell. I feel like maybe they're all going to be meme spells.
What do you
I feel
think?
like- yeah, that's true. Yeah, maybe this isn't me. I feel with due respect to the designer, 'cause this is interesting. I feel like they are not a very experienced designer, because having a material component as just a clock is not very. That's not very professional D&D. Like, that's the kind of thing that you see in homebrew a lot. Like, if you were publishing a book, you'd be looking. It would be something more like a pocket watch. You know what I mean? You wouldn't just say any clock. Well, that
Yeah,
sounds
yeah, yeah.
silly, but like, are you walking around with like a grandfather clock in D&D? Because people don't have. You know,
Encumbrance, man.
No, I know it sounds funny. A sundial, like a sundial. Does that work? Like that's the kind of thing that newer designers do. They just say, "Oh, it's got to have a material component. It's something to do with time. Let's say a clock."
Yeah.
That's not me having a go at them. I think they were smart by putting it with a double A. So presumably this comes up super early when you like are searching
Yeah.
spells. That's good for SEO, right?
Now, what's your guys' answer then? Will
Sorry,
what do you guys
Oh,
think?
that's I see.
You've
See,
overthought this into
I was-
oblivion.
Everyone's like wishing they could pass this now. Just get the end of the
Yo,
conversation.
someone cast a spell, so Nathan and
yeah.
Will will stop talking.
Um, yeah. I think
So,
in terms
so
of power
I'm
level-
thinking this is the double A thing got me. I was originally thinking like, okay, it's probably somebody who's in a campaign. They're like, oh, my character got this spell, so like maybe they're serious, and they're like, okay, like that, maybe like this is they're actually in the campaign. Like I got this or whatever. So I would think maybe like like 7th level or something, but I don't know.
7? Is that what you guys are going with?
I think you're right. I think it yeah, I'm good. D&D logic would dictate it should be like 9th or 10th. But like I think in terms of power level, 7th or 6th. Yeah, I'd say 7. Let's go 7.
7?
All right.
All right.
Enjoying the conversation there a bit too much.
Yeah, sorry.
It is, in fact, not a 7th level spell. You guys are incorrect, so I will give Jesse and Alex a chance to go. And before you do, I will also, we got a $5 donation so from Anonymous, so thank you.
Yeah.
We'll keep going for Jesse and Alex. What do you guys think? I don't know what more conversation you could possibly add to this, but be my guest.
I mean, I'm trying to play Jeremy, right? So it's like I think Jeremy Googled cantrips and tried to find the funniest one, and maybe he's now
I
like,
promise they're not all cantrips. I promise.
and then hold on, and then switched to 9th level and tried to find the funniest one. No, I'm not sure. I kind of agree that like it feels like it should be very powerful, but it's a little weird, right? So, I mean, even time stop is only like, I mean, time stop's a minute, right? Or am I crazy?
3
I think
rounds.
it's 4
I think it's like a D4 turns or
4
something. Like that.
rounds. Oh my god, that's even shorter. So, I honestly, I'm not exactly sure. We know it's not 7th. I'm fine saying 8 or
1
9th.
down. Yeah, I'd be on par with it. I think based on their conversation, like I could see someone genuinely trying to make this a spell, and the idea probably behind it is like, oh, you get an extra long rest within like a
Right.
minute, similar to like catnap, but they just make it a really high level spell, so you only can do it once a day. I
Right.
could see like 8th to 9th if we're within 1
Yeah.
being that powerful, but
So where are you going?
Let's try 9th. Let's try 9th.
go right
just
for
to see what
9th.
happens. Yeah.
Sure.
Number 9. So you guys are both right on the cusp. It is 8th. So you do both
Oh
get
my
1 point.
Oh, you
god!
guys get a point. Okay, yeah.
You
yeah.
both get a point.
Okay.
I think that's
But
a
yeah,
good
so-
that's a good flavorful level for it. I feel like it
Yeah.
should be 8. You know what I mean? Like
I thought this was a
messing
really
with time is
interesting
really
spell.
heavy.
Like, there's a lot of like, I don't know, balance and design questions, but I thought it was a genuinely interesting spell. It is absolutely obliterated as far as like the rankings on D&D Beyond go. It's like minus 100. But
Aw.
but I think,
Oh,
but I
God.
thought it was a really interesting concept. Like,
It's a
I was
cool
here for
idea.
it.
Mhm.
Yeah, I was
always-
totally here for it.
It's always all design should be brave, right? If you're not being brave, what's the point? Like I really believe that. When
I
you're
was
designing
fully-
anything.
So
It's really
if you,
good.
whoever's watching, whoever designed this spell happens to be watching this, shout out. Honestly, you crushed it. Well done. All right, next one. We have Aqualance. We have as a 1 action, a 100-foot spell, instantaneous duration, a torrent of water forming a line 100 feet long and 5 feet wide, blasts out from you in a direction of your choice. Each creature in the line must make a dexterity saving throw. A creature takes just D12 damage on a failed save, or half as much on a successful one. The spell make double damage to objects. So Alex and Jesse, you guys get first go. Good luck, because we have no clues as far as what the actual damage it deals are.
Well, I'm just curious why it says damage effect lightning, but then it
Yeah,
talks
that's
about
what
dealing
I was
bludgeoning damage in
I
the
was
didn't even
spell.
catch that. I didn't even catch it.
Aqua Lance. Oh my gosh. Okay, so
Water
100
of
feet long,
entity.
5 feet wide.
What does that
Oh!
material component say? Water of
It
any
says,
quantity nearby
water
will
of
make
any
the spell
quantity.
stronger.
Yeah.
We'll make it stronger.
How
Just-
will it make it stronger?
just stronger.
No.
It's
I
stronger,
have-
bro. Can't you
Alex,
read? It says it makes it stronger.
Alex, I have a working theory. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
I think somebody took lightning bolt
Okay.
and literally like copied and pasted it into this. That's where we get the lightning damage effect from.
Okay.
Okay.
Dex
And
save
like
and
just like
invocation,
rewrote
yeah.
the thing. That would explain the deck save, and I think the 100 feet on a 5 foot or a 5 foot whatever.
Yeah, that's lightning
Why?
bolt for sure.
Yeah.
That's my theory. So I
So
would
do
say
we-
third.
That they didn't change the level.
Right. I
I
would
like that.
imagine they wouldn't change the level if they didn't change the lightning. But I don't know. I'm open to suggestions.
But you got to remember,
Uh,
Jesse, though, because water of any quantity makes the spell stronger.
That's true.
How? How does it
Of
do
any
that?
If
Yeah,
you sit
okay.
at this spell, it gets stronger.
Yeah, 100 feet line. Well, 100 foot line is not just 100 feet range. So okay, so it's not as strong as. Okay, I'd be good to go third because even then, if it's supposed to be like second, if they did change it or something like
Yeah.
that, then
Yeah.
second or fourth. But
I'm
yeah,
not 100% convinced, but that's my
Uh-huh.
theory.
You
is they
convinced
tried to
me,
get a lightning
so
bolt.
I'm good
So
to
you
go
guys are
with
going
it.
with 3?
Yeah, sure.
Let's go with third level, sure.
All right. It is not their level, so
Yeah.
Will and Nathan, you guys get a chance to steal.
I gotta say the guests were third level because they're just too lazy to change the spell. Level is a pretty,
Yeah,
it's a pretty
I think
solid
they're
guess.
100%
It was a
right.
good
It's
meta play.
definitely lightning bolt, but changed. The damage D12 in an area of effect that is a line is actually. I know 100 feet long line is very long, but you're usually not getting more than like 3 creatures in a line.
Yeah, at best, yeah.
That's like actually first or maybe like a weak second level spell in terms of actual power. I think if you ignore the water, makes it stronger, right? Like if you just one D12 in 100 feet 5 long
You
line.
can't ignore that, Will.
half
That's
on
so
a success
important.
is not much better than Burning Hands.
So I would say
yeah.
that actually is a decent like second level spell. Maybe you got like Shatter or something. Like
Yeah,
It's
Shadow is
like-
3d8 in a
So-
nice big radius. You can get a lot.
it's
of
better that Shatter's way better for sure. But
Yeah. So I
uh,
think this would be a weak second level or maybe a slightly overtuned first level, but not like
Yeah.
crazy. Do you
Yeah,
want to
yeah.
go second then? If you're thinking second, I think second is very fair, and it might be first, but I think second.
I think usually they're overtune it. So here's my thought: it's either a first or a ninth level spell.
Or a cantrip.
You're right. It's so funny that you would say that, like, because it's such a disrespectful thing to kind of say because it's obviously not ninth level, but it's the kind of thing that you could imagine, like a 12-year-old hops on D&D Beyond, and they're like, yeah,
Absolutely.
Aqua Lance, baby. Yeah,
Aqualung.
yeah. I don't think it's.
yeah.
I would say cantrip, except it doesn't have like the scaling of a cantrip.
Mm.
Yeah, it
And
doesn't have
so
the
if they
scaling.
did, should have thought about that.
Okay,
But-
yeah, I reckon. Yeah, okay, let's say first then. Yeah, you're right. I think it's more likely to be a first level spell that's overtuned than a. It would take a lot of a staggering lack of self awareness, I think, to make it ninth level. Although I think it's really
Well,
funny.
Well, let's find out. So you guys are going
Yeah.
first. It's not 9th, I'll
First,
tell you
yeah.
that. But it is 7th level Aqualand.
7.
I'm dying to know what the water does.
Dang it!
Because if the water expands the line, that would be crazy. Like a wave getting wider. Dude.
Yeah,
Can someone like
any quantity of water? I mean, you just need to spit on the ground, and that's a quantity of water, right?
That's true. Literally
Yeah.
any quantity of
Any
water. Yeah.
quantity. Yeah,
is it
so
possible for
yeah.
like someone to homebrew this so that the quantity of water can make it a 7th level spell? Because right now it's questionable. but maybe there's some balancing in there where there's a
How many
specific amount of
gallons you
water
have?
where it's worth it.
I
Yeah.
love it. All right. No, so no one gets a point on that one. Everyone
Well,
was
they
off,
had me
so-
scared for a second saying first because I saw the
Yeah.
lightning in the D12 and I was like,
Yeah.
Witch Bolt. They stole Witch Bolt, not Thunderbolt.
Oh yeah.
Or not lightning bolt.
But
Yeah.
no, it's a 7th level spell, so nothing makes sense.
Okay.
Nothing makes sense.
It's all over the place.
Next one.
Yes,
Will and
7
Nathan get a first go at this one. It's Big Lightning Bolt that obliterates everything. It is a one action cast. It's a range of 1 million feet range. It takes 1 round for the duration. A flash of light streaks toward a creature of your choice within range. Make a ranged spell attack against 10 targets or less. On a hit, the target takes 200 d6 radiant damage, and the next attack roll made against the target before the end of your next turn has advantage and does double damage, thanks to the target being obliterated into a big pile of dust. So, what level spell is
I think it behooves us to not worry about this too much. Because I don't think there's really much logic to these designs.
There's no logic. Yeah. I mean, it really is just like a shot in the dark.
Yeah, I think this feels like someone's 9th level spell, right? Can you even make a 10th level spell on D&D Beyond? Is this someone trying to be like, I'm going to make try a 10th level spell? Is that feasible?
You cannot. I don't think you can.
Okay, so I would guess 9th, and hope,
I say we go 8 to hedge our bets.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we're
I don't
covered with a
know.
7, 8, or 9. Yeah, okay,
7, 8, or
sure.
9. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
Try an 8 then. Yeah, I like it.
It's not 8. Alex and Jesse, you guys get a chance to steal. What do you think?
Well, now I'm going the other way because the last one was a bit. Now I'm saying this is a cantrip.
Do we
If it's
want
like
to
a
say
second level
first?
spell, I'm gonna scream.
Do we want to say first and hedge our bets that way? Just
Actually,
cantrip second
that's
first,
a
or-
good idea. Yeah. So they said what?
They said 8.
they said 8th to get 7th and 9th in there.
Did you
Unless it's
confirm
9th
whether or
and we
not it
just
was an
don't get it
eighth?
on the nose, but
I confirmed it is not 8th. Yeah, it was not. They
It's
were
not
incorrect.
eight. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want to say first, I think that's funny. A first level spell of big lightning bolt that obliterates everything.
it
pretty
sounds
good.
funny. Yeah.
Oh, it also does, instead of lightning, it does radiant damage.
Radiant
which is
damage. Yeah.
Hilarious.
Yeah. It's like a divine
Um,
lightning bolt.
It has
Zeus.
nothing to do with lightning bolt besides just the name.
Correct.
Just crazy. Well, I guess
And it's
everyone
just
can.
verbal and somatic, no material components for big lightning bolt that
All
obliterate.
you need.
Lasts for a full round.
Yeah,
What are you guys
As
doing?
an action.
I think first is funny.
First, yeah.
First, nailed it. First level spell.
Yeah, nice.
No
Nice.
way. You are kidding. Okay. Are we
So I
missing
fr-
something, or is it just a
I think
troll?
we've got to like flip the logic or something.
Well done.
No, so
Yeah.
I had this conversation before with Julio, and he was helping me figure this out. Not all of them are completely insane. We're coming to some of them that are like, it's kind of like the time
Genuinely.
one where it was like there's actually some
It's fine,
reasonable
yeah.
logic there.
Yeah,
Some of them are completely unhinged just because I thought
yeah.
they
This
were
one's just
funny.
a
And
bit. Like
yeah,
somebody's
some of them
friend.
some of them are
This one-
completely off the deep end.
bit.
Some of them are actually
Is it-
like
is it
genuine
like a-
attempts.
Is it a joke, or like is this like is BLBTOE? Does that mean something else? Like, is this something like
I
that,
don't-
or is it?
Maybe I don't know. That's a good question.
Yeah, okay,
actually,
no,
you know what?
that's cool. Yeah. I don't think it
Never
is.
thought about it.
You'll be
All right,
cool.
let's move on
Yeah,
to the
no, I
next
don't
one. I think it's Alex and Jesse. So so Will and not Will, Alex and Jesse get 3 points on that one for getting it dead on.
Nice.
And then we're gonna move on. You guys get first go at the next one as well. So, health point buff, 50 points. It takes 150 minutes to cast. Has a duration of special 1 round. I'm not sure what that means. Self. And it says buffs your health up 50 hit points. That's it. We're not using any official terminology in this at all. But I think this falls into the category of like this was an attempt. So go for it. What do you guys think? Well, Alex and Jesse, you guys are up first.
I mean, worded better, this would be kind of cool.
Yeah. That makes no sense for me on how to gauge it. You cast it over 150 minutes, sure, but then what's the special 1 round? Like you choose the 1 round in combat that you're going to get the extra 50 hit points, or does it just
point.
disappear right after you cast the spell?
Your
Yeah, I
guess
think
is like
I think this is a person who's like mechanically ignorant, but had like an idea.
An
you know what I
idea.
mean?
It's a cool idea. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like giving an extra 50 hit points to your wizard would be kind of cool. If they were trying to actually do something interesting. Also, verbal. Hold on. I'm sorry. I'm just looking at the thing. Verbal for 150 minutes is hilarious. Do you have to like chant the entire time?
It's so funny.
You know what I mean? You have to sing a
Just over
song
and
for
over again,
150 minutes to cast this.
You get
Hour
like
and
a
a
third way
half.
through American Pie.
Right.
It's a long song. That's the
It's a
joke.
long song.
I mean, if we're trying to be fair and they're trying to be like actually creating
Reasonable.
something interesting, I'd put it at like 4th or 5th.
I'd be inclined to say 4th because that's where all the weird spells come up to play.
True.
So
That's fair. Yeah. So I think it could be somebody who's like actually trying, but like maybe just kind of doesn't know what they're doing a little bit. And I think 4th would be a solid spot.
So you're locking in a 4th?
let's
Lock
go
it
4th.
You nailed it. 4th level.
Whoa!
Let's go.
No way!
Yeah. Dead
That's
on.
what I was
guys.
going to guess too, because if you take the aid spell,
That's
and add a
exactly what.
hammer,
Yeah.
yeah, it comes in at 4th level for this. That's really
There you
clever. Yeah, good. Job.
Interesting.
There you go. You guys absolutely nailed it. 3 more points of green, crushing it. Look at that. Dead on with 4th level. I think this is our
Ooh,
last one in this category is for Will and Nathan. It's called Yeet. It is a bonus action. It is an unlimited range, which is hilarious. You can target anybody, anywhere. Yeet deals 10 million d20 damage to a maximum of 1 billion people. I'm really glad that it's capped at 1 billion. Like that's I was worried.
Yeet.
It's a bonus
Deals
action.
10 million d20 to a maximum of 1 billion.
Yeah.
But it is only a bonus action, so you can do this and take
And
the
still attack.
dog
Yeah.
action.
Yeah, you can still attack.
Yeah.
In case your extra like 20 damage is gonna come into
Yeah, you
play.
hit with the sword first. If it misses, then you yeet them.
It's all about that chip damage, you know. You just got to get it in.
To a maximum of 1 billion. So you could just do it to 1 as well. You don't have to,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know, go full genocide every time. Oh, I don't know. It's so difficult. What do you think? Do you think this is a cantrip or do you think this is a 9th level?
I know. I'm always like, it's gonna be top or bottom. I'm going to say 3rd level in this one. I don't know for some reason.
Yeah, I love that. If that speaks to you, if that's your truth, if that's what the universe calls to you right now, then I'm 100%. I would never deprive you of that. We'll go in for 3rd level.
I don't know. I'm happy to top or bottom it too, but
No, you committed. You've committed. You
All right.
100% you were in 3rd level.
it better be 3rd.
That'd be third. It is not third. Jesse and Alex, what do you guys
Oh,
think?
the universe lied?
The universe
Okay,
lied.
Just straight up lied to Nathan. Did you guys see that?
Look at that.
So
Time to
there's
yeet
no
this universe.
I mean the range is unlimited, so it's literally and a bonus action. So literally somebody screams yeet and 1 billion people die. Which is bananas.
I think it's got to be a cantrip. Solely because, from the designer's perspective, how could you run out of yeet slots? Like,
Right.
how do you just run out of that? It's not possible. Come on.
Oh, God, that
It is only a
funny,
bonus.
though. That is very funny.
That's so funny.
I'm fine. Alex, I'll let you decide, but I'm fine with either. I'm with yeet. Jesus, gee, God, my brain is breaking. With either a cantrip or a knight. I'm cool with either.
I think, I would go with cantrip. I don't
Let's
care if
do
I'm
it.
way off. That's just what it feels like the vibe
Yeah.
of this thing is.
I'm gonna say I'm sorry. Yeet slots has absolutely destroyed me. I can't. It actually is 9th level. So
Oh,
Man, double bluff.
fair enough.
Ah,
You're telling me I only have 1 yeet slot. That's not.
That's not
I
enough.
want more.
Oh
That's
my
what
goodness.
they should have added to barbarians in 2024 is yeets.
Yeet
Yeah.
Yeah, I
slot.
agree. It feels like a barbarian thing. I think it'd be funny if this forced you to be a level 17 barbarian somehow.
Yeah.
But also, if you can work
That's
out a way to get a
right.
9th level spell slot, you can cast this.
and you have to be raging too.
Right. But
Yeah.
you get to yeet the
Raging.
planet. Like
Oh my god.
Yeah,
It doesn't even say that you throw them or anything like that.
No.
No.
Right.
You just deal
Yeah.
damage.
you yeet them.
That's how you know
Yeet
it's
the thing.
well, it's we intuitively understand what's happening, even though it didn't need to explain.
As long as you got your yeet slots, you're good to go. All right,
Oh,
that was the
gosh.
last one in this category. Quick score check. We got, I think, Will and Jesse. No, Alex and Jesse are winning with 12-9. So still a close game. There's
They cleaned up.
plenty of points up for grabs. So Will and Nathan, you guys get picked. There's 2 categories left. I'm calling corporate and common or consensus. What do you guys think?
Yeah, follow you. What do you reckon, bro? I'm fine with either of these. I think.
I'm a commoner, so maybe that one will help out.
Yeah, nice. Okay, we'll go with common and consensus. Number 3.
Common or consensus. All right. So this is basically like Family Feud, if you guys have ever played that. So I sent out a survey on my chat and my YouTube community page, and I had about 300 people that responded to a survey with D&D related questions. Your task is to guess what some of the most popular answers are. So if you get the top answer on the board, you get 3. Second most popular answer, you get 2 points, and then every other one after that is 1 point. So we'll just go ahead and we'll start. Nathan and Will, you guys get to go for the first one. So the question was, in your opinion, what is the strongest class in the 2024 Player's Handbook?
Sorcerer?
So the way that this is going to work as well is that Nathan and Will, you guys will get basically 2 strikes. So you can guess, and if you get 2 wrong, then we're going to pass over to the other team, and they're going to get a chance to finish out the board and get any additional points that are left over. So. Yeah, so go for it. So you guys, so if you get, you can keep guessing, and if you get 2 wrong, then we'll pass it over to the other team. So go for it whenever you guys are ready. You can lock in a guess.
I don't know if it's going to be number 1, but I think we can be really safe with like wizard. These aren't like guesses, but just just strategy. I think we're really safe with wizard, cleric, paladin. Those seem to be the ones that everyone are like, wow, those are like maybe
Paladin. Interesting.
People seem to really rate the paladin. Yeah. I don't think monk. I'd certainly not ranger, rogue. Ranger and rogue won't be on here. Yeah, let's start with wizard. Can we just put wizard because it will be there somewhere? There's no way. People love that thing.
Yeah, so wizard is actually the number 1 answer. 104 people went with wizard.
It's actually really overrated. I don't think it's the strongest. But yeah.
What else you got?
I feel like sorcerer. I mean, their innate sorcery is just crazy.
That is a good feature. Yeah. I
I
see sorcerers come up less, but yeah. Let's see if sorcerer's on the board.
All right, sorcerer is actually the number 2 answer. 68 people went with sorcerer.
Nice. Okay.
You guys are doing well. You guys got top 2 answers in order, so you have to keep going.
All right, what do you think? Do you think it's cleric because of the
That's getting a bit tricky.
What's it called? the where they can cast their spell free, like.
Yeah, the
Divine
level spell
Intervention.
thing is free. I mean, clerics just have always been regarded as like when you break down the maths in 2014, they are kind of the strongest because of the like heavy armor and stuff. So I think cleric could be on here. But they actually got nerfed in 2024, so they might be a bit more salty. But I think cleric's a safe guess. Can we try cleric?
Cleric is actually going to be your first strike. They're not on the board.
They're not on the board.
Okay.
Man, we would have got one more.
Um,
I'm gonna pull up the classes.
do you
Let's make
think?
sure that
Do you think it's like? Do you think it's bard for like CME, Valor Bard?
Yeah, that is crazy. D&D classes. Let's just make sure we're not being stupid.
And also, just so you guys know, for all of these, like Artificer is a potential option. I'm not saying that it's here, but Artificer was a potential option because I didn't like limit people. Actually, this one was specifically 2024 PHP, but none of the questions that are going to come up are like limited to like excluding the Artificer, so they are a potential answer in the game.
I think Bard is quite a good safe guess. I think Warlock's a safe guess. I think Paladin's a safe guess. I think all 3 of those seem pretty good. Can we try Paladin? I feel like Paladin is regarded as really good, generally.
Go on Paladin?
Yeah.
All right, Paladin is going to be actually the number 3 answer.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, 16. Jump from 16.
Huge drop off, but Paladin does make the board, yeah.
Okay.
I think Warlock and... I mean, is someone going to say Druid? I don't think anyone's going to say Barbarian, Fighter, Rogue, or Ranger. I don't think. Because they're just not like busted. You know what I mean?
I don't think so. But like barbarians can do like a crazy amount of damage. So maybe some people will like that now. That they're with a new berserker. But the strongest class. You
do have 1 strike, so if you get
I wonder
one
if
wrong,
Warlock or Bard, I feel like it's maybe
Yeah,
good guesses.
I mean, I really like warlocks. I think they're really good. I think warlock deserves to be on here. So let's say warlock. I don't know if it is, but I think it deserves to be.
Is that where you're going? You're going Warlock?
Yeah.
Warlock is not on the board, so that is your second strike. So we'll pass it over. So you guys do get your 3, 5. You do get your 6 points for those answers that you did claim. So well done. And we'll pass it then over to Alex and Jesse to try and finish off the category if you can. So there's still 2 points up for grabs if you're able to figure out what the last 2 are. So what do you guys think?
I am going to go with a left field answer. I think the monk may have at least I don't know how many people have actually played it and seen how strong, but its new reputation for being kind of busted may have propelled it in this poll. But what do you think?
I honestly would kind of agree. If we're down to 16 people voting for Paladin on the third answer, I think there'd be a few people who would genuinely say Monk is like one of the strongest marshals now. And if like Warlock and other stuff isn't on here, then I'd be inclined to say Monk.
Let's do we'll go a wild card. We'll pull monk.
Monk just manages to slip in the last slot. You guys do get 1 point. Also, one thing I did mention before, I will say before anything happens as well, is that as you guys are like the team we switch over to, you guys only get the 1 strike. So if you guys get one wrong, well, the round is over. So
that's
right. I guess so. Now it's basically this is it. You get it or you don't.
So what have been guessed? Wizard, sorcerer, paladin, cleric, and druid. Is that correct?
And warlock. No one said druid. No one said druid. It was warlock.
No one said druid. Okay.
Yeah.
I think druid could still be a contender then. I as far as I'm concerned, I think fighter's still decent. Druid is just strong because druid spells are strong. The new druid beast features are a little goofy, but I could see druid on this list. What else? I'm trying to remember all the classes. I don't know. What do you think, Alex?
I'm torn between Druid and Bard because Bard gets that magical secrets with like CME, but also just the fact that they get access to other spell lists, and then Druid and their subclasses really do a lot of legwork too. Like a lot of people love the Moon Druid, a lot of people love the. So I haven't been paying attention to how nerfed or buffed it has been, but I just know that it's popular.
So the people we have left are Barbarian, Bard, Druid, Fighter, Ranger, and Rogue. And I think Ranger and Rogue we can kind of kick out. I'm on board with you. For me it's 50-50 Druid and Bard.
I think Bard might edge it out a little bit.
Let's do
it. Just cause, but we'll see.
Right.
Go Bard?
Sure.
Yeah. Bard is in fact the number 4 answer with 16 tied with Paladin. Druid was if you're one. Druid was number 6 on the list. It had 12. So Druid was pretty close. Okay. Yeah. So there you go. I don't think anybody said Ranger.
0.
I think there was probably one that said as like a meme, so like someone probably went
sure.
They wanted it to be good.
So you guys do so. Will and Jesse, you guys pick up 2 points, and you guys are going to get to the lead on the next question, which is basically the inverse. In your opinion, what is the weakest class in the 2024 Player's Handbook? There was really not enough data points to justify 5 answers on this one because there was a lot of like 1s and 2s. So I was like, I'm not doing that. So yeah, there you go.
I think Ranger's number 1 in my opinion.
That's what you're going with, Ranger?
Ranger's on there somewhere,
yeah.
See, Ranger is in fact the number 1 answer. With 141 people went with Ranger.
Yeah, not shocking on that one.
So that's 3 points for you guys on that one.
If we've got the top, then I would. Rogue. Oh, yeah, the stuff they did to the Rogue was just mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Rogue's probably on here.
I think it's got to be
because they completely botched my assassin, which is one of my favorite subclasses. And it is embarrassing. Yeah, I think Rogue's on here.
Look what they did to my boy.
Well, what they did to my boy.
They massacred my boy.
Rogue is in fact the number 2 answer.
Nice.
90.
Nice. You guys got 1 left, so 2 more points to that one, and you guys got 1 more to go.
Rogue and Ranger.
Well, we know Druid was 6th most powerful.
Oh, that's true.
Uh,
Yeah.
So these were separate questions. They are not just. I did not just take like the bottom. Like they were separate
No,
questions.
Yeah, but
people people could have said other stuff. But,
Yeah.
that's true. That's true. Do you think people would go with Warlock on this?
I would be surprised. Well, I don't know. Again, I don't know how powerful or what people would think of in terms of power level, but like
Yeah.
the amount of changes and the amount of stuff you can do now with like invocations is just really fun.
Yeah, I personally I would agree. I would
Hmm.
just from a personal level, I think Warlock's good, but I'm wondering what the community kind of thinks. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So, well, let's see. Fighter, Barbarian weren't on the other list.
Mhm.
Barbarian could still be kind of low.
It could be
Watch
fighter.
me, Wizard.
It's gonna be
Just out
Wizard.
of spite.
Yeah. Yeah, Barbarian could be low. Fighter could be low. I think
What do you
Fighter's
got?
really strong, in my opinion. But
What are you going with?
It's gotta be one of the
you
other.
wanna? Oh no, Druid was on the other one. That's right.
Or was like just under. But fighter and
That's-
barbarian didn't make it either. I'd be fine to say barbarian and just let's see if we can
Yeah,
get it.
let's see if we get it.
Barbarian. Barbarian.
Yeah.
It is. 8 went with Barbarian. You just
Wow.
Wow.
There you go.
Wow.
Okay.
There were Wizard actually was in like the top 5 or top 6 or something like that. I think there were like 3 people that actually said Wizard. They were probably just memeing, but you know,
Just memeing.
Yeah. Fuck this Wizard.
exactly. Okay, so you guys cleaned up. You got all the points. You got all 6 available points in that one. We're gonna flip it back over to Will and Nathan. You guys get to go first for the next one. What spell do you think is the most overpowered?
It's just every spell.
Yeah. I think wish has to be on here, right? People, it is in a vacuum the strongest. So
You going with
can we say
Wish?
wish?
This is just 2024.
It was completely non-exclusive. It could have been anything. It was just what spell do you
Oh.
think is the most overpowered? Yeah.
Oh,
Everything's up for grabs. So, are you going with Wish, or are you still thinking about it? What are you doing?
I think we can say wish safely, right? We're gonna guess it at some point. Let's
I don't-
see where it lands. Oh, do you
I'm
not
not
agree?
sure. I don't know that I agree, but
Ooh.
I'm happy to do it. But I don't.
Okay, no,
I
okay.
don't have a lot of. I'm just worried because
Maybe
I
you're
feel
right,
like
maybe
I feel like most people don't
Yeah.
get there. It's not usually like an egregious thing.
is it overpowered. Okay, maybe you're right. Maybe like
Maybe,
Silvery
yeah.
Barb is more of the
That's
question.
what
like the
I'm. That's
answer.
what I'm wondering.
Yeah. Okay, maybe we
Just
should
because
go
it's like
lower.
it's the most like damaging to players in
Yes,
terms
it
of
is
like
overpowered. It is okay. Yeah. Yeah,
because
let's
people
try
get it
Silvery
at
Barb.
level 1. But I do agree. Like Wish is obviously insane.
So, Silver
Let's
Barbs?
see what Silvery Barb, depending on where it lands, I think will give us a clue. I'd be surprised if it was off here.
Silver Barbs does make the list. It is our number 2 answer. 25 people.
Okay.
So
We got one at least. Do you want to try Wish? We can
yeah,
go
let's
for
try
it.
Wish because I think it's the obvious one, right? Yeah, let's see if
Wish-
Wish is
Wish-
on here.
Does make the list. It is number 3. We had 20 people said Wish.
Okay.
So that's
I'm
3
thinking
points. 3
Simulacrum.
more points total for you guys.
I'm thinking like Shield and Simulacrum are like the other ones.
Yeah,
Shield is
Simulacrum
not as-
Simulacrum is a crazy spell.
Yes.
Shield is really good, but I actually think people like it so much they wouldn't say it's overpowered. Like genuinely, I think people understand Shield is silly in a vacuum, but no one ever complains about it because it is just fun and useful. Wall of Force and Force Cage are both really, really,
They are.
really good
Is it?
spells too.
Yeah. Wall Force much more now than before compared to Force Gauge. But
Yeah, Force Cage used to be non-concentration, which is kind of
yeah, and material cost. So
Yeah,
it's hard to
material
say
cost,
like if people are thinking of one rule set versus the other. But I would say Wall of Force is definitely crazy strong. But I think Simulacrum is probably like known in the community as overpowered more than Wall of Force.
you're right.
I would think.
It is like the yeah. Let's try Simulacrum. Let's see if that's on there.
Simulacrum is not on here.
Ooh.
Okay.
That's your first strike. So you got one
Oh.
more.
Should we try? Oh, so if we get one more wrong, we can't. Yeah.
One more wrong, it passes over to the other. But you still have you've claimed your 3 points so far already.
I mean, true
We gotta
polymorph
get
is
this-
a crazy spell. as well. Like true polymorph. Like if Wish is on here, true polymorph is arguably stronger than Wish. But that might be a bit too like heady for your
True
average viewer.
polymorph, I
think
feel like is not well known. I think as
yeah,
like,
you know what I mean. I feel like it's like objectively speaking, if you do this, and this, true polymorph is disgusting. It's like, but I don't think most people are digging that deep into 9th level spells they wouldn't have heard of or thought to think about. So, yeah, let's. Do you think Wall of Force or Force Cage if you had to pick one?
I would. I mean, it's hard to say which one. I would say it's very overpowered in 14.
20. Yeah, I agree.
But not.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of what spells people complain about being overpowered now. Like, because the old spiritual weapon was people complaining about that, but not anymore. Yeah, I think one of those spells is probably on here. So let's say Wall of Force, because it's the most famous one, right?
I think Wall of Force is more well known, I guess.
Yeah. Okay, we'll
So
try
go
that.
Wall of Force. Wall of Force is going to be strike number 2.
Ah, dang.
So we're going to pass it over to Will. Jesse and Alex. What do you guys think?
You ready, Alex? I got this. It's True Strike.
Really?
2014 edition, of course.
Of course.
Classic.
No, I actually kind of disagree. I think maybe a lot of people are sick of Shield. But Fireball wasn't mentioned. Fireball's often complained about for having too many D8s.
I know I put Fireball in this survey just because it is like the basis of 3rd level power that everything else is almost measured against. Like it's not overpowered, like it's completely utterly busted. It's just that is the big boost. The other thing is Counterspell. I know a lot of people complain about it's just like a nope button is just kind of
that's
ridiculous.
Such a great point. Yeah.
I'd be down to say any of those 3: Shield, Counterspell, Fireball, or if anything else, if there is something else that pops up. They're also common.
Yeah, let's say Fireball, just to see where we're at.
Just to see.
Fireball is not on there.
Fair enough.
All right. Let's try Counterspell.
Wait, don't you only get one? Oh,
That
sorry.
was you only get the one.
One, so that's it. Yeah.
You get to steal.
Oh, my bad.
That's
I
fine.
thought we had one strike.
What were 1 and 4?
I'm confused.
So you when your pass is over, we just give the one shot to get as many as you can.
No worries.
Number one's obviously Yeet.
So you gotta have your Yeet slots.
Big lightning bolt that obliterates everything.
So number 4 was Shield. And number 1, you guys are gonna kick yourself. Although Will did just say it, Conjure Minor Elemental. It's like I'm surprised that no one that didn't cross.
I wasn't thinking about the new everyone's. But yeah, you're right. Everyone was talking about that spell being busted. Yeah, it is. It is
like,
completely.
A lot of people have argued that it's like fine at 4th level though. Like when it shows up, like it's.
I think it's okay at 4th level. When you upcast it, it's nutty.
It's just good. It's probably not better than like Wall of Force at 5th level. It's like when you get to 6th and 7th, it's like insane.
But the drop off here is hilarious. So from 88 to 25.
Yeah.
We should have. I guess we all forgot about it, but like I'm surprised we forgot about Conjure Minor Elementals. It was so.
We just talked about it, which is kind of funny. So then I guess that just didn't come into my mind again.
All right, moving on to the next category. This one's starting with Jesse and Will. So now Jesse and Alex. So you guys do get 2 guesses this time, Jesse. So you do get 2 chances. Ooh. So, which class do you think is the most challenging to play?
Druid.
Ooh.
And this is between 14 and 2024.
It was just there was no distinction. It was just what class do you think is the challenge? This what the text there is the exact question I was asked.
I think Druid's the hardest in 14 by far with balancing all those fucking cheats, especially if you're doing Druid. Yeah, it's like I want to be a horse or a squirrel or a donkey and you're like what are all this stuff? I think Druid's that's my opinion. I don't know. What do you think?
You also got to manage all those Yeet slots too, like
all those Yeet slots.
Come back. I think this might be where Artificer shows up and takes at least a spot. I'm not saying it's the most. I'm just thinking it could show up. But I could also see Druid being up there, hopefully.
Yeah, you're right.
You've got a lot to manage. You've got a lot to go through.
Yeah.
Which one what do we want to start with? Do we want to start with Druid? I'd be fine with that.
I think it's a little more famous for being hard, but I could be wrong.
Is that what you're going with, though? You guys going to go with Druid or what? Yeah.
Yeah, sure. We'll go with Druid.
Druid is in fact the number one answer. 81 people went with Druid. All right, so you get to keep going.
I would also say Wizard could be on here. I'm cool with Artificer. I agree with you. I think Wizard could be a possible option as well. And this is
any
class, not
spellcaster, just because you
Right.
have spells, right?
right. Ooh, you think Cleric could be on the list?
I could see it being there, just because from like me playing with players or playing,
Right.
as a player, Channel Divinity or other various things can get forgotten about by other in favor of other actual like spells and things, and there's just so much going on.
Right.
Um,
So let's go with that. Let's do Artificer first.
Sure.
And then see what comes out of it.
Artificer did not crack the list, but it was mentioned quite a bit, but it did not crack the
It
list.
just wasn't the most. Okay.
Yeah, it just did not crack the top 5.
Hmm.
Which surprised me. I would have put Artificer very high. Like one, honestly, like
Yeah.
1 or 2.
I agree. Yeah, I agree too. I think Cleric's kind of up there. I think Wizard's kind of up there. I think Monk could be on there. Monk have so many abilities that you get lost in the sauce.
Mhm.
A lot of analysis paralysis, right? Stunning strike, flurry of blows, what to use your key on. That makes sense.
Right, yeah. And then they have that move where it's like if you spend key but don't make an attack, you can get an attack, and you're like, where the hell am I? At a certain
Optional,
point.
right, yeah.
What do you guys think?
Yeah, you want to try Cleric first?
Sure. Let's go with Cleric first.
Go with
Another
Cleric.
spellcaster.
Cleric does not crack the list, actually.
No!
Those are 2 strikes. We're going to pass it over to Will and Nathan. You guys get a pretty much fresh board. You just don't have the number 1 answer. Again, you get one chance. So if you get one wrong, that your round, your play is up. So go for it. What do you think?
I think Wizard's probably on here, right? They got so many spells. They've got this intellectual vibe, so people probably assume they're hard to play because they've got high intelligence.
I think Wizards are one of the most difficult because you just have so many spells, and you have to be conscious of like learning spells. So like, like the player needs to be like constantly trying to figure out what spells to like prep and like what spells should I learn and like.
Writing spells like ink and stuff. Yeah, you got to measure. You got to like collect paper and ink and like actual things. Yeah,
right. In terms of like bookkeeping, Druid's got a lot, but I think Wizard does too.
Yeah, Wizard I think is definitely gonna be on there somewhere.
Wizard does crack. Wizard is number 2.
Okay.
So, and no Artificer and no
Cleric.
Yeah.
I think Sorcerer could be on there, and I think Bard could definitely be on there. I think both of those are pretty difficult, right?
I think Bard is more difficult than Sorcerer. Do you think?
I think Bards are actually hard to play. Yeah, I genuinely think
Bards are kind of hard because Sorcerer is like I pick up blast spells and I blast.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and Meta Magic isn't so complicated. Yeah, Bard. Okay, yeah, I say Bard.
Bard is on there. It is our number 4 answer. So that is 2. You get 3 points total. 2 for Wizard, 1 for Bard. You guys are doing well. You got the number 3 and the number 5 answers remaining.
So there's ideas like the Ranger are challenging to play because we've got this crazy bonus action over Reliance and it's kind of a bad design, right? Like you could imagine someone being like Ranger is really, really hard to play because it is hard to get something good out of that.
Exactly. It's hard to make them actually fun and good to play, you know?
Yeah, like you have to you can do it, but you have to kind of dig around and choose the right subclass but I still think Sorcerer is more likely than that, like as just a full caster, you know, like.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
People think Warlocks are hard. I mean, Warlock is my favorite class, so the idea that Warlocks are hard to play to me is like, no, they're not. Like, because I'm in Warlock land all the time. You know what I mean? Like, do you think Warlocks are hard? Like, would people say Warlocks?
I think maybe it's hard because you got a lot of choice, right? Like you've got spells and you got invocations and you're packed.
The management is different.
Exactly, and so they're like it's kind of challenging to know like when to use what spells when and like things are kind of like exactly. So I could see it being challenging in terms of like resource management and in terms of like character progression, knowing like what to choose when. might be challenging. So I could see that.
I think sorcerer is more likely than warlock. I
Okay.
think. But let's say
So-
sorcerer.
Sorcerer. Sorcerer does make the list. It is the number 5 answer with 19. You guys are only missing the number 3, so that's another point pickup for you guys.
Oh man, that's crazy. So we've actually said every full caster has been guessed. So it's not and it's 4 of them are full casters.
Right.
To play.
So should we just do warlock? Is the other caster?
It's the other caster. I think it's either warlock. I'd be really interested to see if it's monk, because
monk is challenging for key management or whatever, especially early on.
I think those guys were on something with monk a little bit, but yeah, I the truth is I don't know. I really don't know at this point, because the idea that something would be harder than bard and sorcerer but not be druid, wizard, or artificer is, I don't know what it could be. So it's kind of a shot in the dark. Whichever one you prefer out of warlock or monk.
I would say warlock then.
Okay, let's try warlock.
You guys swept the board. Warlock 29.
Oh nice, there it is.
Yeah.
Cool, yeah. Okay, I'm glad we didn't overthink it. Yeah, monk, yeah. Cool.
I thought Jesse made a great point about the monk though. There's so much management going on there that is really easy to get lost in the sauce with all the different ways you can spend your key focus points. Yeah.
I guess it's because
sure.
you can always just unarmed strike, and I think warlocks aren't that hard because you can always Eldritch Blast if you have to. You know what I mean? If you're not sure what to do,
yeah,
you hit Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast. So with that, with those pickups, you guys actually end up tying the game. We're at 23 points apiece.
Hey.
So number 5. Just going to
Sorry.
Nathan and Will get first go. What class do you think is the easiest to play? Again, we have the inverse question.
Oh, nice. A barbarian. It's got to be number 1, right?
I think so.
I'm locking it in. Yeah, barbarian.
Barbarians is on the list, but is number 2.
Really?
So that's 2 points.
You think fighter then?
Fighter and rogue?
It could be fighter and rogue. I think fighters should be on here.
Yeah.
So you going fighter?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fighter's number 1 with 110. That's
Maybe.
3 more points.
Do you think it's?
I think rogue.
Think it's rogue?
And people might say monk are quite easy as well. I could see people saying monks are so easy, you just punch. But yeah, rogue is easy too, right?
Rogue is there's no. I mean, now it's more tricky.
A little bit now.
Like old rogue is you get nothing.
Yeah.
Your gameplay loop does not change ever.
No.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think rogue is likely very easy to play.
Rogue is in fact the number 3 answer. You guys got all 6 points available. Well done.
All right, that's a good run, man. We bring it back.
And the final question in this category goes over to Jesse and Alex. What is your favorite general feat in 2024 at D&D?
Oh my!
Oh, 2020.
This is a tough one. This is a tough one.
Do we get to look at the feats?
Just general.
You can look at a list of them if you want to pull up a list of them. Go for it.
It's not an origin feat, right?
No, we're specifically asking general feats, not origin feat. Yeah. So you can feel free to pull up the list of them. Go for it. It doesn't matter if that's not going to give you guys anything. Feel free. And we're looking at and we're asking people what their favorite is, not what they think is the best, what they think is the strongest. Just what do we think people's favorites are. So obviously it's going to be a really hard one to figure out, so you can feel free to just kind of use some of your yeet slots and burn a couple answers.
Just send it.
Send it.
I'm going to pull up the book real quick and try to remember.
Yeah, go for it.
Feats. I mean, off the top of my head, if they're still in 2024, would be lucky, tough, great weapon master, sharpshooter, shit like that.
Think. Yeah, great weapon master's still general.
Lucky and tough are origin.
They're down to origin, yeah.
They don't count, yeah.
Got it.
I know the ones that got updated, like Mage Slayer and Defensive Duelist. I definitely like Mage Slayer just because it gives you the pseudo legendary resistance almost. And then Defensive Duelist just being a mini shield for martial characters is a really nice buff that powerful or not, I think a lot of people like that, or at least I like that.
Where in the world?
I can see Great Weapon Master still being there since it still does, work. It's not the minus 5 plus 10, but it's something. It's still something.
Yeah.
What do we want to start off with?
I was still trying to look at a list so I get all of them. just to kind of figure out where I'm at. But my online
I hope people
version
said chef.
kind of
Chef
sucks.
is
Chef,
So-
yeah.
Warcaster, Weapon Master.
While everyone's still thinking, I'm just gonna thank everyone for the donations. We have well exceeded our goal. We're about $300 US. So just still a little bit of time with a little bit of a thanks. So thank you guys. Again, just want to I love that we're in a position where we can do this, come together as a community to help support some other people. So it's awesome.
Mhm.
That's part of the biggest reason why I love to do these events. So thank you all so much, and let's get back to the game. You guys have an answer you want to throw out?
So just favorite, not strongest. I mean,
Just favorite.
crossbow expert is still cool.
A lot of people who do like crossbows would say that for
Yeah.
sure.
Um,
Sharpshooter
Chef?
for everybody who doesn't like crossbows but likes ranged stuff.
I do think chef is cool. What do you think about like Fey touched or shadow touched?
I think they're neat. I don't know if I could be wrong on that, but I don't know if they're everyone's favorite.
Right.
If that makes sense, like they're definitely good and solid, but unless
What are you
people
throwing out?
really like Fey stuff or like Shadowfell stuff.
Yeah.
Go with an answer. What's the first one that jumps to your mind? Let's go for one here.
Yeah. Sorry. Do you want to try like sharpshooter?
Sure. Let's go with Sharpshooter first.
That's usually pretty good. Let's try that one.
Sharpshooter actually does not make the list, and
You've got to be kidding me.
On the
Okay.
bright side, we did get another $5 donation from an anonymous person.
Nice.
So, thank you.
Take that.
So we'll take that. But you did get the question wrong.
Yeah, that's fine.
So one more shot.
I'm gonna defer to Alex. What do you feel is smart here?
I'm still feeling like Great Weapon Master, Defensive Duelist, or Mage Slayer for my top 3, but that's just me.
Pick one of those.
Yeah, let's go with Tried and True Great Weapon Master.
Yeah.
Weapon Master is on the list. It is number 5.
Whew.
13 people went with it.
Wow.
No, they're staying in. That's fine. Okay, now
These
let's
are
do Defensive
general
Duelist.
feats? Really? Yeah,
Defensive Duelist is on the list. Number 4. That's 13.
Okay.
Okay,
All right, we're working our way up, boys.
Yeah.
You're going from the top to the top, bottom
What's
up.
everyone's favorite feat?
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm getting at. Is like, I mean, is actor or like something kind of weird?
So many options. Grappler,
I'm surprised
maybe,
Lucky
since a lot of
became-
people like grapple stuff. Like to grapple stuff. Polar Master's still around.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one. Dang, these are crazy. Oh, telekinetic or
Tough one.
telepathic? Any of those you think people would want to take?
I could see people really liking them.
Warcaster, for fuck's sake. I
Yeah,
feel
could-
like that one's so popular with wizards and bards. And
Yeah, we could still go with that one too.
Warcaster?
Yeah, let's give Warcaster a try.
Sure.
Warcaster does. You guys are going straight up the bottom here. Warcaster, number 3. 27.
Okay,
all right,
okay.
all right. Okay, we're getting there.
Keep going.
You guys are slowly getting there.
Dang, now it gets harder, right?
Mm-hmm.
I know Resilient is really popular among power builders for that extra saving throw proficiency.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give you guys another 30 seconds to come up with an answer, and then we'll have to go with something. 30 seconds.
right.
What do you think?
So I think Resilient is up there. I think Polar Master is also. I'm cool with either of them.
I'd personally lean more towards Polar Master, but that's
Let's
just
do it.
me liking martial characters.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Polar Master?
Polar Master.
Polar Master is not on the list. That is your second strike. So we'll
Sure.
pass it over to Nathan and Will. You guys get a chance. Go for it.
Yikes! I was gonna guess Polar Master.
Yeah, me too. I thought, I was hoping they'd forget about Warcaster as well, because that was like, I thought that'd be number 1.
Yeah.
Maybe the ability score increase feat is a feat now.
Yes,
it
I was
is.
wondering about that.
It is, and it does count.
Maybe for it. You've only got
Hold
one.
on.
In the interest of time, we'll say you guys have we'll go with like 2 minutes to come up with an answer, and then we'll
right.
move on.
I
Do
would
you
say
think they're
Mage
gonna-
Slayer, personally.
Mage Slayer. I think Fey Touched is very popular.
I think Fey Touched
Mage
is also
Slayer very fun. It's a very fun feat. Let's try it. Mage Slayer.
It's not like what's the best general feat. It's like the favorite.
Mage Slayer is
Like, it's
number
like
one?
some.
It is number
Yeah.
one.
You gotta
Okay,
be
nice.
kidding!
Number
Really?
one. It's the first one. It was the first one Alex said too.
Yeah,
It's so good. I
Yeah,
mean,
it
'cause,
is so
people are
good
like
now.
excited about the change in 2024. That's what I'm thinking,
It
right?
is.
Yeah,
That's three
so
points for you
Mage
guys.
Slayer is
I
popular
doubt
makes me
myself.
think
Oh, well.
Grapple will be popular too. Because
Yeah.
like Mage Slayer is mostly good because it used to be really bad and now it's usable. So
Mhm.
maybe Grappler is the same because Grappler used to be garbage, like the worst feat in the game, hands down, and now it's like awesome. So maybe Grappler.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me think. Grappler is quite good now.
Yeah, just by the psychology of Mage Slayer being number one makes you think Grappler. But it's a
Okay.
shot in the dark at the end of the day. I'm not.
30
Yeah,
seconds.
I'm
Go
fine
for
with
an
Fey
answer.
Touched or Grappler. I think maybe. I mean, Fey Touched is probably like too old for them to say like, it's their favorite one.
Yeah, if I wasn't guessing Grappler, I'd say Fey Touched. I'm like 55% Grappler, 45% Fey Touched. So
Yeah. Okay.
So
Sure.
I'll let
Let's
you
go Grappler.
Grappler. Okay,
All
we'll try Grappler.
You're going with Grappler? The answer was, in fact, Fey Touched with 32.
Well, we still got the top one.
Fair enough.
Well done. Yeah, you guys still you
I
only missed
really
one,
like
so
Fey Touched, so I'm glad that
really-
it stuck around.
really well done. Really well done.
Fey
All
Touched
right.
is great.
I was impressed. Honestly, there's a lot. That was a hard one. There's a lot of things to choose from there. So the fact that you guys actually managed to get almost all of them is really well done. So
I'm
especially
shocked.
because
Yep, slowly but
it
surely.
was really just like a vibes question. There was no like you didn't have like an
that's true.
inherent scale of like how powerful or strong it is. It was just what do you think is the best? So well
I'm
done.
actually shocked. Great Weapon and Sharpshooter have not made the list anymore. But anyway,
Sharpshooter. No one's gonna say that now. I think.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
still fun
Yeah.
for like your classic longbowman. Like
It is.
but, yeah. It's not
All right,
everybody's
and then-
cup of tea, I guess.
Move on to our final category for the day, and we're going to be leading off with Jesse and Alex, and it is I'm Calling Corporate. So
Okay.
you will be presented with an Amazon review of various D&D 5 ebooks. Your task is to read the review and determine how many stars
Oh,
the review received. That's all. Simple
fair
game.
enough.
All right, this is from Journeys Through the Radiant Citadel. It says it has a weird smell. The book itself is great. It's just that the copy I got reeks of baby oil and something or something. And for the life of me, I can't get it to go away. How many stars did this review get, guys?
5 stars.
Alex, what do you
yeah.
Jesse, Alex, what do you think? Going 5?
4 or 5. We can go 5, yeah.
I'm actually kidding. I have no idea. I'm throwing shit at the wall.
These are all just like there's no basis for these. These are all just like funny. Just like
I'm wondering if he's doing a bit because baby oil is too specific, and it's like, you know what I mean. But
I
let's do
would say
4
the same
stars. That's
thing.
funny.
Yeah, that's 4. 4 is good.
Yeah, sure. Why
Go
not?
for it.
4
We're not gonna go
stars.
like 4.8 or anything like that, are we?
No,
Like,
it's just 1 to 5. Just 1 to 5.
Yeah.
All right, we're just going to alternate for this one. So it is not, in fact, 4 stars. It is a 3-star review. And what I found particularly funny about this is the day that I read this, I was reading this like at night, and I went to bed, and I woke up the next morning, and on I got a thing from D&D Wizards on their Instagram page. They posted the following picture, and it's a picture of the monster manuals, and it says the caption is a picture you can smell. And it's just-
Like baby oil.
That's such a weird
Wow.
to say.
Yeah.
Picture you can smell. What are they saying? Like, bro, these guys have been to Gen Con. They know what they're talking about. You know what I mean? You can't kind of smell it.
It must smell like baby oil. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hilariously,
I could feel the
I have
baby oil
my
there.
own. I have my own kind of funny story. I recently bought the actual copy of Curse of Strahd because I didn't have one, but I was planning on doing a thing, and it's actually printed in here upside down. So
That came up so many times in the reviews. They said the book is upside down. The thing is upside down. That came up so many times. That's
Wow.
amazing.
so weird, right? It's just it's completely upside down. So anyway,
Hilarious.
that was funny.
That's amazing. Next one for Will and Nathan is from Tasha's Culture and Everything. The review is okay.
5 stars. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, 5. Fuck it. I mean, it could be anything. Maybe 3.
It could be anything.
Maybe 4. 4.
4?
5.
Sure.
No, fuck it, 5. You're right. 5. I'm in.
5 stars.
Yeah.
I just
I
love what
read
goes
through
through people's
reviews too
minds.
much.
I love when it goes through people's minds. I just love it. Next one, The Book of Many Things. The book is good, but the cards. The book is amazing. One of the best source books Wizards of the Coast has provided in the last few years. Now let's address the elephant in the room, the cards. They arrive bent. Not all are the same sizes, and some cards are like the star arrived with messed up edges. For a product that retails around 90 euros, this is not acceptable. I love the roller coaster ride that this takes.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
it's the best thing ever. So, Alex and Jesse, how many stars do you think this review? Also, 2 people found this review helpful, so it's good to know.
I would go 1 or 2 stars for sure. That's someone who was upset right there. Doesn't matter how good the book is, they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do
it.
2 stars. Why not?
Sure.
2 stars. The book. This one got a 1-star review.
Come on.
Ooh, okay. Yeah.
No point on
So
that one.
Book
Next
illustrated
one, it's from
pretty
the
bad, in my
2024
opinion.
Player's Handbook. This excellent condition, quick delivery, good adventure game, but poor role playing. I got this really fast and the product was in pristine condition when I opened the box. Point of view product, it is worth the price if you're looking for an adventure game, but very poor if you're looking for a role playing game.
This is so
3
many like
in the middle? 3 or 4? 4? 3?
It's all over the place.
Yeah.
It's all over the place.
it is.
10 stars.
3? I would say 3.
Yeah, 3. Sounds good. Or 3.
5 stars.
5 stars. Oh, well, there you go.
There you go. Next
Yeah.
one, Tales from the Yawning Portal. I haven't
Great
used
book,
any
but
of
I
the
had a shit
adventures.
time.
I haven't used any of the adventures to kill my players yet, but I intend to.
5 stars for sure, right?
That's got to be 5 as well, yeah.
Yeah.
You guys going 5?
Yeah.
3 stars.
Come on.
All right.
Yeah,
Next one is from the 2024 Player's Handbook. Good, but Pathfinder's still better. The new book is good, better than the last 5e, but it's not as good enough to be better than Pathfinder. Will and Nathan.
Probably gonna be like 4 or 5.
4. I think 4, maybe.
4?
4 or 3. 4. 4. Okay, let's try 4.
Sure.
2 stars.
2.
Oh, man, that's brutal.
Oh,
I mean, I
wow.
guess if Pathfinder's better, then it's better, right? The book's useless, I suppose. If
If
yeah.
Pathfinder's better, it is in fact better. Next one is from Eberron Rising from the Last War. Unless you're doing an Everton game, I just love the typo. Don't buy. This information is interesting, but it's really set up to an Everton campaign setting. Not what I thought. It's a little disappointing, which also I just think is hilarious because you're buying an
So
Everton
funny,
Everton game and you're disappointed that it's for an Everton
Everton.
Eberron game. So Alex
Favorite
and Jesse, what do you think?
I think Von B needs to learn what Eberron is. 3 stars. I don't know.
3 stars?
Sure, yeah.
All right, 3 stars it is. You guys get the point.
Oh
There we go.
my god, we did it.
And I believe the next one is the final question of the game. Also, I didn't change it. This is from Fizzban's Treasury of Dragons, so my bad, not Eberron. It says, I bought this for somebody else, and I don't know much about D&D, but I had a great time looking through the art. It's absolutely gorgeous. I would buy this again just to have it as an art book.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah,
What
there
do
you
think?
go.
So, Will and Nathan, what do you guys think?
5. This seems to be someone who's very easy to please. You know what I mean? This is the type of partner I want to have. You know what I mean? It's just like everything is what you can't do anything wrong. It's amazing. I think this is a yeah. If they love just looking through the book, I think that's got to be a 5-star, right?
You'd hope so. Yeah, sure. Let's go with 5.
5 stars it is.
Okay.
Woo!
Another
Nice.
point for you guys. And what that means our game has come to an end. So thank you guys for all playing. What that means, our final score, we have our yellow team, which is Will and Nathan, do take it with 34-27. But that was a really good game. That went a lot of back and forth.
In there, man.
You guys pulled it back. There's a lot of back and forth in that game. Everyone was winning at different times. So that is all we got. Thank you, everyone. I know this is a little bit of a different structure than we've had in the past. I hope this was a lot of fun. I hope we enjoyed it more or a little bit differently than some of the more insane questions that we used to do. But I want to thank my incredible, wonderful panel of guests here, including Diana, who did have to leave a little bit earlier. But if you're just catching this now, definitely check the first hour out. We had a ton of fun there as well. So Thank everyone so much. Thank you all for your donations. We raised a lot of money again for a wonderful and incredible charity. So you are all wonderful and incredible people. I love you all. And I will also thank Julio, who no one knows and no one sees, but he is working on the back end, making all the production actually possible. He actually just threatened me with a message in our chat saying that I better thank him too. So I'm definitely not doing this against my will. Thank you, Julio.
Thank you, man, for running for charity as well. Bringing us all together.
Yeah.
No, that was a ton of fun, guys. I had a good time, and hopefully we can do this again in the future. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for watching, and with that, we'll say bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.